It's the last night of the regular season in high school football. Tonight on CCX, a matchup between the Totino-Grace Eagles and the Champlin Park Rebels. From Champlin Park High School, John Jacobson and Ryan Iverson. And Ryan, we're already to week 8, and the playoffs will start for 6A teams a week from Friday. And each team here wants to get a win tonight to give them a little boost going into the postseason.
It seems like just yesterday we were opening the season up, John, and here we are, the last regular season game, and we got a really good matchup here tonight. I know Totino-Grace, record-wise, doesn't appear to be their usual self. You throw that out, Coach Ferguson has those kids fundamentally sound. They're just missing a couple of playmakers, that's all. So you better come prepared when you're playing Totino-Grace any time of the year, no matter what their record is. And Champlin Park, you want to get that momentum. You want to maybe get a 2 seed going into the playoffs. And again, you want to be playing your best football as you head into the postseason. So a lot at stake tonight for both teams.
Totino-Grace 2-5, and yeah, they haven't had a losing season in 20 years. And Coach Ferguson told us kids are very aware that they haven't had a losing season in a long time, so that's weighing on them. They've had more turnovers than they're used to. He said, we cut down the turnovers, can run the ball a little bit tonight, we've got a chance.
Well, turnovers is key, and Totino-Grace has had, in the minus category as far as takeaways, and then on the flip side, Champlin Park, big reason they're 5-2 is because they're plus 24 in takeaways. So it always football, there's different schemes, there's different ways to skin a cat, John, but it comes down to who blocks better, who tackles better, and who takes care of the football. Those three things are really what determines the outcomes of games, and that's why Totino-Grace historically and over the last 10, 15 years has been one of the top 1 or 2 teams in the state because they do those 3 things really, really well.
Let's look at our key players tonight, starting with the Eagles. Luke Kubish, starting nose tackle, and really a guy to watch for that the Rebels' offensive line is really going to have to number and take note of.
Well, Luke was All-Metro last year. He's playing. He's been injured, but he's still playing through it. He's at that nose, so different techniques. He's got to be able to get off that block from the center and the guard and get pressure on the quarterback, Benedetto, tonight. We've talked about it before when we've done Champlin Park games, John. If you let Benedetto sit back there and be comfortable, in high school football, there's no better passing quarterback in the state. The way you get to him is you get to him early and you get to him up the middle. So Luke's ability to get through that center guard double team and get havoc on the passer is going to really be a key tonight.
And for the Rebels, let's talk about Benedetto. And he's really had a terrific year, both throwing and running the ball for the Rebels.
Well, a couple of things. One, I love how quick they get the ball out of his hands. Number one, he's got some really easy throws. Number two, they got great athletes on the perimeter, great receivers that can make plays for him. And then another thing that people don't talk about is he's 6'5". And that height, that's NFL height quarterback at high school. He's able to oversee everything. He's got a really strong arm. And the other thing is how sharp he is. Being a good quarterback, you got to be able to make the throws, but you got to be able to know what's going on. And not only is he averaging about 260 yards passing, John, he's also their leading rusher. So he's a dual threat, smart kid. As he goes, that's how Champlin Park's going to go.
We'll wrap it up here tonight, and then the playoffs will start next week, again next Friday, for Class 6A teams. We'll take a break, come back, and kick this one off. Totino-Grace Champlin Park football next, live here on CCX.
Local Vote 2018 focuses on the candidates that make key decisions close to home. As you decide how to vote for people who will represent you on your city council, on your school board, and in the state legislature, hear from the candidates themselves first. Whether it's a candidate statement on CCX News, local political forum, or election night coverage, you can find it all on CCX Media and ccxmedia.org.
I, Krista, take you, Jamie, to be my wife.
When we found out that we were pregnant, we were just elated. We were just sitting there waiting for the pediatrician. She said she won't be taking you in as a client.
We are a lesbian couple, but she's just a baby. She's the one you're denying the service to.
First time I tried Vicodin, it was laying around my mom's house. And then I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Welcome back to Champlin Park High School as we get set for kickoff tonight. Totino-Grace and Champlin Park. Rebels 5-2, the Eagles 2-5. Let's go down to the field. Our sideline reporter tonight, Allie Arlt.
Guys, a 5-2 record not only has Champlin Park ranked 6th in the state in Class 6A, but tonight they're on the brink of their first 6-win season in 10 years. Now, the cool part about that is back in 2008 is the last time that Coach Keenan was coaching for the Rebels as an assistant coach for Champlin Park, and now that he's back, he just keeps winning. Keenan says it's really cool to know that his coaching contributions have propelled this team, but he's really credited the great coaching staff and really talented team on all these wins this season. He said before the season he didn't know just how good this team was going to be, but tonight in the last regular season home game, he said he couldn't be prouder with the biggest smile on his face.
Thanks very much, Allie. And yeah, we talked to him in the offseason. He said, I'm not going to change a lot of things here. He had a lot of coaches that came over from Mike Corton's staff. They didn't change a lot up. And going forward with the same program that they had in the past. And they've had some success in the past, but it would be nice for them, I know, to get to that 6-win mark for the regular season.
Well, there's an old saying, John, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes, right? You have to have the players that can make the plays, but coaching, especially in football and especially at the high school level, can really change the course of a program. And just knowing how to teach things, little technique differences, but also just an attitude. And they say, too, and there's a good look at Nick Keenan, that a head coach really exemplifies the pulse of their team. And Champlin Park does that. Nick Keenan's a tough, fundamentally strong, great attitude, positive personality, and he's got all these kids excited to play. And it's an exciting time, I think, to be a Rebel football fan.
And Jeff Ferguson, 18th year as head coach, and looks like it possibly would be his first losing season. He's 18 seasons, he's only lost 30 games,
yeah, it's unreal,
including the 5 this year. That's pretty good.
And you know what? And if you really pay attention to his coaching, this might be his best coaching year yet, right? Again, he's had some years where they've had a lot of talent, and this one's just a little bit down, but he's still as good of a football coach as there is around in Minnesota.
Jay Vang takes it at the 10, up the middle of the 20, 30. He is free out to the 40-yard line and finally brought down at the 43. Jay Vang, the senior defensive back, with a nice return and gets Champlin Park in great field position to start the game.
Well, great patience, nice blocking up front. You see that wedge. And again, if you can have patience, let that wedge do their job. And then he turned it north and south. And that's a great way to start the game. You love, as a head coach, when your team and special teams can make a big play, get a little bit of momentum right from the get-go, and give your all-star quarterback here a chance on a shorter field.
First down and 10. Otto will throw, as he often does. Zips the pass out, and it's a first down into Totino-Grace territory, down to the 39-yard line. Brock Johnson, who got the winning touchdown pass last week up at Centennial, comes up with a catch here, and there's also a flag down at the end of the play.
Yeah, I think they're going to get helmet-to-helmet contact there. It was a big hit at the end of that. But how about the velocity on that pass?
It's a gain of 18. And we'll see if more gets tacked on. There it is, the personal foul.
Yeah, and it's hard. I mean, there's all this talk, from the NFL level all the way down. But, watch, it's you can see definitely helmet to helmet there. Obviously intentional when guys are moving like that. It's a hard ask for a defender, but you've got to focus on leading with your shoulder pad, not your helmet. I'll tell you what, too, you go back to that play, was Bennett Otto was looking down the field. So often high school quarterbacks, they eye the receiver the whole time. He looked off the defender and fired an absolute rocket in there for a big gain.
So the line of scrimmage is the 28. Otto will hand off. Villamizer up the middle. Big hole for him. He's headed to the end zone, and he's in for the score.
Well,
2 plays. 6 points for Champlin Park.
You can't start any better than that. You get a great return on the kickoff, a nice strike, a long pass play with the penalty added on, and then a great run right up the middle, some great blocking up front. You know, watch right there. It looked like there was a chance to get him in the backfield, but great speed. And he takes it all the way. What an opening drive for the Rebels.
38 seconds into the game, and they are on the board. Extra point attempt.
Looked like it was blocked.
It's blocked, or it looked like someone from Totino got a hand on the ball by Nick Vogelpol, and so it remains 6-0. Villamizar with the touchdown.
Well, Villamizar has some great speed. Hasn't had a ton of attempts on the year comparative to some of the other backs, but he showed why he maybe deserves more of them. You know, 20 attempts, 51 yards, not a great per average carry, but that time just great speed, a nice kick out block too. And I'll tell you, running backs love that. If you can get through that line of scrimmage without contact, you know, Champlin Park has so many good athletes. You just get them into space and they can do the rest. So great opening drive, great balance. That's another thing that makes the Rebels hard to game plan for, is they can pass and run the football very effectively.
Third touchdown for the senior on the season. And when you're a team that's 2-5, it's the worst kind of start. 2 plays, you're already in a hole.
It's such a game of momentum, and exactly right. You're on the road, and now you're thinking, here we go again, another long game. And Totino's had some really close games. They lost the nail-biter to start the year against Crete-and-Durham Hall, and they've been in a lot of games. So we're going to find out what they're made of here. Can they come back here and make this a ball game?
Patrick Doran trying to chase this one down, picks it up at the 10. To the 20, up the sideline, across the 30 to the 36-yard line before he's brought down by Salman Sisi. A pretty good return by Patrick Doran to get Totino's offense on the field.
Yep. Good speed. Again, that was a perfect kickoff, too. It looked like it was going to go out of bounds, John, and then it bounced towards the middle of the field. So great kickoff and a nice return, too.
There's the numbers for Krzysztof Kolakowski this year. 6 touchdowns, but also 6 interceptions on the season.
When you got a young QB, you got to give him easy passes early. Get his confidence going, especially when it's getting colder outside and especially when you're on the road as well.
It's a first down run and a gain of 4 yards on the first play from scrimmage for Totino-Grace, for Gabe Volson, junior running back.
When you look at Totino-Grace, their leading rushers, Gabe Volson at 322 yards, Kamara at 230 yards. You're used to seeing guys with Totino with, 1,500, 1,600, really rushing the football well.
Kolakowski wanting to throw, swings the ball out of the backfield, trying to hit Golden with the pass. Stephen Golden, a sophomore, and incomplete. Coach Ferguson said, as you go to the Champlin Park defense, he said this is one of the younger teams that he's coached. So there are a lot of sophomores and juniors that are getting playing time right now.
And I think that's the trade-off of having maybe a little bit less win total this year, is you're getting young players with a lot of experience and confidence going into the offseason. They're going to come back next year as juniors and some of them as seniors, and they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. Totino-Grace is going to have very often back-to-back down years.
Kolakowski zips a pass, chipped and incomplete. Intended receiver was Sam Quick.
Yeah, there's a flag too. Looked like Lewis Powell, number 43, got his hands on it. I'll tell you, this linebacker core of Champlin Park is one of the best in the state.
Personal foul of the defense.
Wow. I don't wonder if there was contact after the ball was tipped. Again, as a defender, sometimes you don't know that ball's tipped. You're playing the passes and the receiver as if they caught it.
So Totino-Grace will get a first down at the 46.
Let's see if we can pick up where. There's the tip right there. Yeah.
46-yard line for Totino off the penalty. Run up the middle and breaking a tackle and getting close to a first down. And the second carry is Vosen.
Well, that was just straight power football right up the middle. You see those guards pulling. Nice kick out right there, good speed. Just a couple of missed tackles there too, but a nice pickup. If they can get 8-9 yards on first down, obviously that's a big success. And of course that penalty kind of helped keep this drive alive too. You know, that's the other thing coaches are looking for, especially as you go into the postseason, is can we play a clean game? Can we be disciplined? Can we be sharp and penalty free?
Kamara gets hit in the backfield, and he won't get back to the line of scrimmage on 2nd and short. It'll be 3rd down for the Eagles.
A great push there by the defensive line.
Look at the Totino-Grace starters for tonight's game. Physically not as big as some of the Totino-Grace teams in the past either. They need to get a push on that defensive front of Champlin Park to make that running game successful. So now it's 2nd and close to 3, but it will be a 1st down and more. And inside the 30 goes Doran. He had the kickoff return and gets it down to the 27 of Champlin Park.
Well, good, nice job being patient, following his blocks. Chris Thomas, number 65, was out in front of him pulling. Great patience there by Doran, and gets a nice 1st down.
From the 28, they'll go to him again. It's a couple yards down to the 24. Wrapped up around the ankles by Vincent Lamberty.
Back to your point too, John, about, you know, Totino-Grace having great offensive and defensive lines. You know, that's why Eden Prairie for years has been so dominant. Their offense and defensive lines. You see guys, you know, Lakeville North this year, we saw how big and physical their offense and defensive lines are. That's what wins championships. So to your point, getting that strength and power back on the lines is really imperative for Totino-Grace.
2nd down and 6. Inside give is to Golden. He's inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line. And he'll have another 1st down for Totino-Grace.
Yeah, that play they've ran successfully for years. All the action going to the right side, and then there's the counter coming back to the left. It's a really hard play, especially when you have aggressive linebackers like Champlin Park. They're so used to flying to the football. Sometimes those misdirection, those counter plays can be really successful.
3rd first down of this drive. It's 1st and 10. Totino at the 17 of Champlin Park. Kamara, and a big push by that line. Look at that. Move the Navy and silver back. And it's a good gain of 6 yards on 1st down for Kamara.
Well, and the other thing too, when you can run that trap or dive right up the middle, you keep a defense honest. There's just a nice straight ahead football, power football. Look at the push by the big fellas up front. Noah Presseller up front just driving that line back. So again, nice 4 or 5 yard gain on 1st down.
And 2nd down, Doran, and not much this time. Maybe a yard or so before he gets wrapped up by Todd Pop and friends for Champlin Park. It'll be 3rd down and still 5 to go.
I'll tell you what would be open too, if they let Kolakowski, the quarterback, keep the ball on that. So if he quarterback keep that, they don't run it very often. But he's got pretty good speed for a sophomore too, and can be effective when he runs the football.
So 3rd down and 5 just outside the Champlin Park 10. Give to Golden inside, and he gets a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down coming for Totino-Grace. The tackle by Lewis Powell, the senior linebacker. 4th down and 2.
Well, pretty impressive answer here, I think, by the Eagles. After giving up on 2 plays, a quick touchdown on the road, they come back, they convert a couple 3rd downs, had the penalty that bought them a new set of downs, and really run the ball extremely effective.
12th play of the drive. Kolakowski under pressure, rolling out, throwing to the end zone. A flag is down. Pass is incomplete, but this may go against Champlin Park and keep the drive alive here for the Eagles.
Well, the play action did not work as well. Not a great ball fake. A lot of times you'll see the quarterback for Totino get to the outside. Kolakowski here throws it up. Smart job. Give your player a chance to make the play. And definitely some contact there before the ball arrived. See that ball hung in the air. You know, that's going to be an easy flag for the referees. You got to be able to play that person without contact. Clearly there was some contact before it came. So again, another penalty extending a drive. for Totino-Grace.
First and goal inside the 5-yard line. Handoff, Doran into the end zone.
Nice.
Touchdown Totino-Grace, and we're tied at 6.
Great drive, great play call. They ran that same play 3 or 4 times on that drive. You get everyone from the left side pulling to the right. And Patrick Doran had a nice kickoff return as well. Got a couple of big carries, good speed, good push, and a big-time answer by Totino-Grace. And don't forget the missed extra point by Champlin Park. So Totino here has a chance to take the lead.
Extra point try from Will Cardinal is up and it's through. And with 6:21 to play in the first quarter, it's 7-6 to Totino-Grace.
And again, nice push there by the right side of the line of scrimmage. And you saw Chris Thomas, 65, again, pulling from that left guard. Gets that kick out. Excellent job. You know, and again, Totino-Grace isn't going to wow you. They don't have that 1 or 2 athletes that they had. Remember a few years ago when them and Eden Prairie battled in the state championship, there were some phenomenal athletes on the field, but these guys are tough, and they're tired of hearing that they're 2-5. You know,
Right.
We talked in the pregame that everyone's letting them know that they're maybe the first team to have a losing record under Coach Ferguson. That gets sickening to hear, and that pride's going to take place. They'd love nothing more than to end their season with a big win on the road. And I can tell you, no one wants to face them in the playoffs.
7-6. And what a nice answer after that.
Yep.
2-play drive, and you're down 6-0, 38 seconds in the game. They come back, get a nice kick return, and a good methodical drive down the field.
How often do you see when teams are struggling after giving that up that they'd fumble or throw a pick or go 3 and out and Champlin get the ball back? Instead, a lot of character, and they come right down the field and answer.
Cardinals kickoff, handled again by Vang at a good first kickoff return. On the move again, out past the 30, and this time to the 32, but a flag is down. Usually where you'd see a hold during the run back is what I'm guessing.
When you see, you see a lot of holding sometimes on the cutbacks. When a player changes directions, and they're going to get a block in the back, which again, common. It was a great cutback too, and you got to expect on a kickoff or a punt, you're going to see some cutbacks. You can see the ball coming here to our left side, and then as soon as he cuts it back, right, I think it was actually up over here onto the top of our screen, but that's common because a defender will change positions and you continue on with your block. So not an easy thing to do. Being on special teams, being on kickoff and kick return are not easy tasks. And you can see it's easy to get a holding or a block in the back call.
So Champlin Park backed up inside its 10 to start this second drive. And the handoff, Villamizar trying to bounce it outside. It's a rush of about 5 yards, 4 or 5 yards. And his second carry tonight.
Yeah, Morrell did a nice job, number 10, coming up from that cornerback, outside linebacker, safety position and just not letting that ball get outside. Again, Champlin Park, if this is the first time you've seen them play, you see them use their run to set up the pass. A lot of other people might pass to set up their running game, but they really throw the ball well.
Otto swings it out of the backfield.
Oh, great tackle.
Nati, and he gets out to the 23-yard line before he's brought down. There will be enough for a first down, though.
Great play call there, and you can see Doran, number 4, had to choose either tackling the running back or allowing the pass to get outside, and great pass. Nice tackle, too, by Nick Hand. Yeah, take a look at Bennett Otto. We talked about what a prolific quarterback he is. 3rd in completions, 4th in yards, and 14th in touchdowns. And he's got a really high completion percentage as well. So he really is kind of the whole deal. He's a 62% passer, so he's accurate as well.
5 receivers out here as he throws downfield and zips it over the head of the receiver. It'll be second down and 10. Look at the Totino-Grace defensive starters. We talked about Kubish, the nose guard. And the linebackers tonight. So it's Dorn, a two-way starter. And the defensive backfield. Morrell with that carry, with that tackle rather, on that first play from scrimmage in this drive. And Quick is another two-way guy.
Now, even though Bennett Otto missed on that throw, that was a 50-yard rope, right? How many kids in high school can make that kind of a throw where it's a flat, high-velocity football and not a high arcing one? So, I mean, he really has a phenomenal arm for this level.
Delay of game on Champlin Park. So already their fourth penalty here in the first quarter.
Well, not to mention that two of those came on the defensive end, one defensive side of the football, one on a critical third down that would have, brought up a fourth down. The other one was on a fourth down in a pass interference in the end zone. So a couple penalties that allowed Totino-Grace to extend that drive.
So now second down and 15. Otto throws to his right and a short completion to Nateague. He gets back the yardage lost and the penalty and a couple more. It'd be a gain of 7. So look at the offensive starters for Champlin Park tonight. They've not been able to stay healthy in the backfield. Last year, a lot of times when we saw the Rebels, they had so many injuries in the offensive line. This year, it's they're trying to keep their backfield healthy.
Obviously you miss a lot of those talents, but it's hard to get that consistency too when you got different guys all the time.
Otto throw and a completion out to the 42-yard line. Catch made by Jace Miller, who's had an outstanding season for them. 40 catches on the year.
Well, Jace Miller, also the backup quarterback, he's got great height too. You'll see him throw a lot of fades up to him near the end zone, but Jace Miller, the leading receiver in both yards and in receptions and touchdowns. So he's their go-to guy when they need a play. They're going to give it Jace Miller or Cato Seeley a chance to make those plays.
On first down, they go with the pitch here and out across midfield and into Totino-Grace territory. The first carry tonight for Terrence Kamara, sophomore running back. He was out the TV game we did against Osseo last month, but back healthy and playing tonight, gets a good run here.
Yeah, you can see his burst of speed there. Nice play on the option. Options are tricky to defend, especially in high school, because you don't see it a lot. So you're not used to defending that. You got to have a guy, you got to have great discipline. One guy's got to be assigned to the quarterback, another guy assigned to that pitch man.
From the 45, they'll go to Kamara again and get a couple of yards to the 43-yard line. Boy, he's brought down. Kubish among those in on the tackle for Totino-Grace, number 56.
Well, John, you talk about the running backs not being healthy and getting that consistency. That's tough on your offensive line, too. They're used to blocking a certain way for a certain guy. He hits the hole a certain way. And, that time I thought Kamara, if he had hit that hole and stayed to his right, had a lot of space out there. So it's, again, just getting that consistency between line and running back.
Second down and 8.
What a move.
Seeley makes the catch. Breaks a tackle and gets down to the 35-yard line. And it looks like he's got a first down for Champlin Park. Gain of 9.
Well, again, an easy throw for your quarterback to make. How about being 6'4", 230, and then having footwork like that? That's playing basketball out on the outside there. Great footwork. And again, an easy throw, and just let your athletes go make a play, and another first down conversion.
First down and 10 from just outside the Totino 33. Otto will hand off. It's Kamara. 3 yards to the 30-yard line before he is stopped. It'll be second down and 7. Tackle made by Alex Stevens, a junior linebacker.
A nice balance, too, on this drive by Champlin Park, right? We've seen a couple of nice runs. We've seen a couple of easy throws, a couple of down-the-field throws. So, again, just keeping a defense off balance and not knowing what's coming is really how Champlin Park's able to be so successful.
Fake the handoff to Villamizer. Rollout for Otto, tossing it toward the end zone. Incomplete. Miller, the intended receiver, covered by Sam Quick.
And the other thing that's nice for Bennett Otto is he's got Jace Miller, who's 6'4", 6'5". Brock Johnson's a tall guy. Cato Seeley, they're all tall. So if he's in trouble, he trusts his receivers to just throw it up to him, let them go make a play. Kind of like when the Vikings had Randy Moss, right? Even if he was covered, you'd throw it up and give him a chance to go make a play. Very similar to what Champlin Park does.
Kamara and the T on either side of Otto here. And his throw over the middle and a completion down to the 21-yard line. Brock Johnson gets his second catch of the night. And it's another first down.
Well, and they spread him out, going 4 receivers. And you get so much attention onto the outside, you forget sometimes about Brock Johnson, their second leading receiver, right down the middle up the slot there. And again, a pretty easy throw, nice catch, and another first down conversion on 3rd down. This is always a tricky formation. You got trips to the right of our screen, and then down below you got one-on-one coverage with Cato Seeley, and you always got to be aware of that.
And up inside, a gain of 6 down to the 15-yard line.
You can see how hard it is to get pressure on Bennett Otto, John. He gets rid of it so quickly. And then they add this in too, where they just run it up the middle just enough and successful enough, 6 yards on first down. And you got to respect that too. So they spread you out and they run it everywhere, and they also throw it everywhere. And it's hard to get pressure on him because he gets the ball out so quickly.
The Meeser on the run of 6 yards will bring up 2nd down and 4 from the 15. Seeley receiver to your left. Otto's going to pitch it off to the right, and that is going to be a loss of 3 back to the 18-yard line. Pitch to Kamara, well read, and a loss on the play as Christofferson comes up and makes the play.
I don't think that's how the timing of that play is going to normally go. You want to, when you're doing a pitch out of shotgun like that, a flat pitch, that ball hung in the air a little bit too long, really never allowed him to get his momentum going forward.
Alex Stevens on the tackle for loss. It's 3rd down and 8. Otto looks right, throws, and it gets a completion near the first down sticks. Getting the completion to Nati. And it is a first down.
Well, heads up play, and they really nice play design. Jace Miller, number 4, ran all the way down the field, and then Nati comes right under, and I love that. He knew right where that first down was, made sure he was a yard deep of it, came back to the ball nicely. How many times you see guys when it's 3rd and 7, they go 5 yards and they're short of it, so really heads up play.
First down and 10, just outside the 11. Via Meeser, the ball carrier, and finally the whistles blow as he runs into the middle of that pack. Gains a few yards, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Our score after 1, Totino-Grace 7, Champlin Park 6. Take a break, come back, second quarter action next. You're watching live football action on CCX.
I got some Oxy after I hurt my neck. First, I took them to feel better. Then, I just kept taking them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Seven to 6, Totino-Grace leads Champlin Park after a quarter, but the Rebels offense on the move. They've got a 2nd down and 7 to go. Ryan from the 8-yard line of Totino-Grace.
Well, another nice answer here by Champlin Park. Really both both offenses for both teams have just been able to kind of get whatever they've wanted. Nice sustained drive here. We saw Champlin Park strike on their first drive with only 2 plays. This one a little bit more methodical, converting a couple of third downs.
Auto throw into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Caught by Miller for the score. His 9th receiving touchdown of the season.
Well, that's one of their favorite plays to do when they get down to the goal line. Jace Miller, 6'4". Sam Quick, the defensive back for Totino-Grace, 6 foot. So you got 4 inches. And again, that ball just thrown up, and hey, Bennett Otto's saying, I trust my guy to go up and get the ball. Almost like a rebound in basketball. Excellent throw and an aggressive catch. It's something they do a lot this year, and you can see why that's their 9th touchdown connecting with each other this year.
Oh, they either fake or just pull out of that because the ball didn't get down right, and either way, it's snuffed out by Quick, and he gets Miller way back at the 23. I don't know if that was designed.
No, it looked like Jace fumbled it there, yeah. And generally, a lot of teams, they'll have a code word. When you fumble the snap like that, you'll yell something, and it gets the tight ends out running. Automatically, they start looking for the ball. That one, Jace, I think, got a little bit too deep and couldn't get away from the pressure there. But again, take a look at that touchdown score. There's 3 receivers to the left, and Jace Miller on the right side. So he's got one-on-one coverage, and you can see the size difference in the height there. And excellent ball. There's that extra point. You can see
I just missed it.
You know, I think if he could have been able to get to the outside there and square his shoulders up, he might have been able to get a throw off. But excellent coverage on that extra point, and those are going to come back to play a role in tonight's game. There's no question.
The Rebels do retake the lead with that long drive, up 12-7 now after one play here in the second quarter. Vogelpohl, the second kickoff of the night. And Doran will take it out of bounds at the 17. Nice north and south running there, Ryan. He gets out to the 35-yard line. 36 is where they'll spot him at the first down there for the Eagles.
Well, Doran's returned both kickoffs very nicely. He's got a nice burst of speed. I like how he just goes north and south really, really quickly. He's got good explosion. We've seen him carry the ball, scored a touchdown. So he's had a busy game on defense as well. So really he's had his hand in tonight's game.
Just the second possession of the game here for Totino-Grace. And they want to throw on first down. They get the completion. Evan Svavasek on the reception, his first tonight. It's the first completion for Totino-Grace, and they gain 11 yards.
Well, it's a nice, easy throw too, right? And Champlin Park given a nice 10 to 12 yard cushion there, and they took advantage of it. Easy throw for your young quarterback to make, and a nice job turning it upfield.
From the 47, Kolakowski wanting to throw again. Has some time now. He dumps it off and incomplete. Trying to get it to Kamara, Charles Kamara, and incomplete as he dropped it.
I was just getting ready to say, what a great decision that time by Kolakowski. He was going down the field, realized that they were covered, pulled it back, and he saw Kamara. If Kamara catches that, he's got about 10 to 15 yards of nothing but turf in front of him. And that's one of those where sometimes you know you're open, you lift your head just a split second before that ball gets there. We got to watch it in, but a great decision by the quarterback.
Hand off to the second man through, and the ball comes loose and picked up by Champlin Park, recovered by Powell.
Oh, they're going to call him down.
Abe Vosen's going to be marked down at the 48-yard line. So break for Totino-Grace. They get a couple of yards, but no fumble.
And you can watch Champlin Park come in there. Right there, you can see him. Great job trying to rip that out by Lewis Powell.
Yeah, his knees were down.
Yeah, he was down. It's a great call, but did you see as soon as that's what you're taught? as soon as your partner has him held up, you come in, try to rip that football out. That's something you practice every day. And I'll tell you, Champlin Park takes the ball away from teams, again, plus 24. Almost had a 25th one right there.
Kolakowski to throw on 2nd down and 8, and the receiver open off Quick's hands and almost intercepted for another turnover, but Johnston Freeman unable to hang on to it.
I'll tell you, Kolakowski's 1 for 3 on this drive, but he's thrown 2 perfect balls. That was just a great throw over the initial linebackers there and looked like it hit Quick right in the hands, and then a second potential turnover avoided by Totino-Grace. But I'll tell you what, you got to like Kolakowski and how he's throwing the football here tonight.
4th down, though. No, excuse me, have to punt.
When you have a young quarterback, you got to make those kind of plays, right? You got to give your quarterback confidence, hang on to those, make some tough catches. And those last 2 drops, one that time by Quick and the other one by Kamara, you got to hold on to.
Wolf Glazer. That's away our first punt of the night. And a return out to the 28-yard line. That's where Champlin Park will start on this drive. And the return by Vang. And a good play by Vang. A lot of players you'll see let that ball go when it goes by them. They're down inside your 5 or 10-yard line.
Do you know how scary that is to run full speed up,
right.
catching that ball, knowing that you got everyone sprinting right at you, ready to take your head off? That is not an easy thing to do. And to your point, I was going to let it go. He went up and got it, had great momentum. Didn't get much, but you let that bounce, that could have rolled an extra 15, 20 yards. So heads up play and not an easy thing to do.
Otto hand off on 1st down and almost immediate contact at the line of scrimmage, gaining just a yard via Meeser, and will be 2nd down and 9 with good play right up front by Totino.
Yeah, and that time, we talked about him in the pregame, but Luke Kubesh did a nice job at nose guard there, getting off his blocker. And linebackers looked like got some initial contact, but Kubesh was right there to bring him down as well.
On 2nd down, just over 10 minutes to play in the first half. Champlin Park leading Totino-Grace 10-7. Meeser trying to pop it outside. He's going to be wrapped up and dropped. Nick Hand, a sophomore, comes up and makes the tackle.
Yeah, nice play that time too by Patrick Doran. Number 4 did a nice job of forcing the run to go backwards. You're going to see there's nowhere to go right there. He's got to take that outside, pop it outside, and then a great job by Nick Hand, who comes up and makes a tackle. That's what you're taught to do. String those plays out. Don't let that running back turn north and south. Keep them going laterally, and then you got to have a great pursuit. Excellent job by Totino.
3rd and almost 10. Otto sets up the short pass, completion, but short of the 1st down on the catch is via Meeser. It'll be 4th down here for Champlin Park.
Well, screens can be a great play, especially on 3rd down when you know that it's a passing down, but you got to really sell it, right? You got to let that defensive line get up, think they're going to make a sack, because they're taught, you practice it too, of how to play against the screen. As soon as you feel like the offensive lineman lets you go, start looking for that. And that time Totino did a nice job kind of smelling that out. I'd like to see Champlin Park take more of a shot, maybe, John, out of play action, right, on 1st, 2nd, 3rd down. Because they've been running the ball pretty effectively. I think play action would really work.
Corey Cairo is their puncher. It's the kick away, taken at the 40 and only about a yard. Now the Totino-Grace return, but they'll have it at the 41. Quick on the punt return.
And it was a quick punt return, too.
It's very quick.
A pretty good field position for Totino-Grace here. And again, they've had some good success. I thought that Krzysztof Kolakowski threw the ball really well on that last possession. Let's see if they go back to that, especially 1st and 2nd down. Try to soften that defense up a little bit, because they want to end up running the football. But again, nice passing too by the young quarterback.
And off to Golden. Hard running out to the 45-yard line before he is brought down. Tackled by Hayden Carr, senior defensive lineman. A gain of 5.
Well, nice, good, successful play. I love those jet sweeps, John. You get guys that got good speed, just letting them get their momentum going. But Hayden Carr made a phenomenal play. I was watching him that whole play. He took on his blocker and just ran right down the line, never quit on it. He doesn't make that tackle. That might go for 9, 10 yards. So good first down run, but an excellent play too by Hayden Carr. Here you can see an unbalanced line on the right side.
Hand off, and it'll be a first down run. Vosen. Well, the ball comes loose. Champlin Park saying they've got it. No signal that the running back was down this time. And it is Champlin Park football.
Wow.
Recovered by Vinny Lamberty. There is a flag down. Now, this is big.
Yeah, it depends what the flag is.
That is after the play, though. Right? So it's
going to hold. Yeah. I'll tell you, great play by Totino-Grace. Got an excellent push. Pig got the first down. You can see Champlin Park saw something on film where if you're holding the guy up, the next second, third guys come in there, try to strip that football out. We saw him get one on the last possession, even though they ruled his knee was down. This time, they were able to get it after a big run. And again, just their 25th takeover. John, if you win the turnover battle every single night, you're going to find yourself winning more games. Even if you don't play well, just giving yourself extra possessions, such a huge thing.
Otto looked left, throws back to the right. Johnson across the 45 to the 46-yard line and gets a first down. Brock Johnson a gain of 13 yards.
Great speed. I'll tell you what made that play. You can see the quarterback, Benedetto, looking to his left. The defense, the linebackers, everyone flew that way, came back to his right. So often you'll see a quarterback just eye and stare down their receiver. Great job using deception there by Benedetto.
1st and 10 from the 48 for the Rebels. Otto will hand off. Across midfield down to the 45 to the 44-yard line. Solomon Cece, his first carry tonight.
I'll tell you, Cece's got some explosive speed though, doesn't he? At times it was designed to go right up the middle, kind of a read option, if you will. And Cece saw the edge, got outside. Didn't have a whole lot there, but his speed just carried him. Nice gain of 9 yards there on first down.
From the 43 of Totino-Grace, 2nd down and 1. Otto is going to take off and run. He's got a first down, 35-30, 25. Otto back into the middle of the field, 15-yard line. Breaks a tackle, some nice moves, and all the way down to the 4-yard line. A run of 39 yards for the senior quarterback.
Oh, what a great decision. No one's open. Rather than force it, just picks it up. He's got great speed. You can see why he is their leading rusher. He's big, he's fast, but he's also elusive. I mean, that's great footwork, making guys miss. Excellent job, too, downfield, the blocking by the receivers. Once they realize Benedetto has kept the ball, they're helping. Just great footwork and balance. Big play.
First down, and Jace Miller will come in and play quarterback here, and he'll keep the ball and go outside, gains a couple of yards down to the 3-yard line.
I'll tell you, Benedetto, 17 touchdown passes and only 7 interceptions. And part of the reason is that obviously he's got a really good arm, but 2 was that last play. A lot of quarterbacks would have forced it. You know, maybe there's someone open, maybe a guy could make a play. Instead of taking that risk, he just tucks it down, makes the smart decision. And that's why he's done a nice job of taking care of the football this year.
2nd down and 3. Cece gets down to about the 1-yard line before he stopped. It'll be 3rd down and goal from inside the 1. Austin Hill on the tackle for Totino.
Well, excellent job by the defense that time. And I thought Alex Stevens, too, number 15, did a nice job of standing his blocker up, holding his ground. Just nowhere to go. Great team tackling, too, by the Eagles. The old wishbone.
They're down. And it's Miller keeping, and he walks in for a touchdown.
What a great play design, right, John? The old wishbone, you fake to the left. Looked like it wasn't going to be a bootleg. Instead, nice job. Just Jace Miller says, I'm going right up the middle with it. He's got that big body, too, so all he has to do is lean forward a yard and picks it up. But now it'll be interesting to see if they go for two, or it looks like they are going to just kick the extra point. They've struggled. That's been the one downfall so far for Champlin Park tonight, converting the extra point.
This time they get the snap down. The kick is up, and it is through. Joey Garcia with the extra point, and it's 19-7.
Again, great play call. I love the idea. Watch him reverse pivot here. I think he was going to go outside. He saw a bunch of white jerseys. Instead, cuts it upfield. And again, when you have that size and strength, all he's got to do is just carry his momentum forward. And Jace Miller scored 2 touchdowns, one receiving and 1 rushing. You know, interesting too, Benedetto left the game after that long run, maybe a little bit winded.
But Totino-Grace now down 19-7. Here's Rebels trying to close out with another win. They're coming off back-to-back wins on the road at Roseville and at Centennial. Totino-Grace last week a shutout loss at home to Blaine.
Really played Blaine tough. I've seen Blaine. I think Blaine's the second best team in the state right now. You know, seen him play in person twice, and you know, did not dominate Totino-Grace. That was a close game. Totino-Grace very good defensively. I just don't think they have that firepower to score like they used to in years past. But still defensively, they're going to make you work.
Vogelpohl's kick, again returned by Doran from 10 to the 20, 25, and out to the 27-yard line.
Excellent coverage.
Still first down for the Eagles inside their 30.
Well, every time we've kind of thought Champlin Park really has the momentum, things are going their way, Totino's kind of answered and been able to sustain drives. You know, even the last drive, which resulted in a turnover, they were moving the football well, so they got to take care of that football.
From their 27. Two backs behind. Kulikowski will roll out, step up, throw, gets the completion out to the 39-yard line. A dozen yards and a first down. Catch by Nick Stika, the tight end.
That was a heck of a throw. Rolling his left. Stika was pretty well covered, too. He put that ball right on the money, did Kulikowski. I've been really impressed with his arm tonight as well. I know we talk a lot about Benedetto and how he throws the football, but the young quarterback coming in here tonight, little play action, rolling to the left. Not an easy thing to do as a right-handed quarterback, but he delivered a strike.
And up inside, it's Kamara out outside the 45-yard line to the 46, a gain of close to 7. His third carry tonight.
And again, they've been winning first down pretty consistently, getting, 5, 6, 7 yards on first down. And that's what they have to do to be able to set up second and third and short so that they can keep their whole playbook, available. And they've done a nice job of it.
Second down and 3 as we come down to 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Posted in motion. He gets the handoff, cuts it upfield into Rebels territory and picks up a first down before he's brought down by Lamberty.
We're getting that jet sweep. Nice job. Great speed by Volson that time, and an excellent kick-out block. I don't know if you saw that, John. Right before Volson was able to turn that upfield. Watch the kick-out right there. Excellent job by Kamara, just picking that guy up. Picking that guy up and allowing his teammate to turn the corner. And that's what's so awesome about football is everyone makes plays on every single play. You got to do your job. Nice job.
First down run and a gain of close to 7 yards in the first carry tonight for Delzer. Luke Delzer, a sophomore back. It's a run of 7 yards, Ryan.
Yeah, 6-7 yards, first down. And just a nice push. You can see a great kick-out block again by Kamara, and some guys driving down the field. I'll tell you, Chris Thomas, number 65, has had an excellent game. Just moving downfield, getting good kick-out blocks. Right now he's playing that right guard. We've seen him at left guard earlier too.
Kolakowski wanting to throw on second down and short. Gets the completion inside the 20-yard line down to the 18. Catch by Golden.
Wow.
Or excuse me, it's 29, not 28. That is Delzer, who had the run on first down. This time gets the completion on the pass.
I'll tell you what, watch this throw, just the trajectory of it, right? Just over the outstretched hands of Stika, and you want to get that down before the safeties can come up. There's that level. So you can't throw it too hard because it can be intercepted by the linebacker, but you got to get it up, just enough. So just a perfect throw again. Kolakowski's had a really good first half as a quarterback.
And procedure penalty for Totino-Grace will cost them 5. So first and 15, then back out to the Champlin Park 23. Seniors are going to be introduced for Champlin Park at halftime here.
Well, it's such a fun night too, right? It's not your last game because you got the playoffs, but your for sure last home game that you know for sure, and you've worked your whole life to get to this point. So it's fun that they honor the seniors, and hopefully they enjoy it and their parents do as well.
Big hole for Kamara up the middle, and he's all the way down inside the 10-yard line before wrapped up by Lewis Paul down at the 9.
Again, nothing fancy. That's just straight up the middle. Nice job pulling, and guess who? 65 again on the pull. It's just a quick hitter, and that's where your middle linebacker's got to be able to fill that. And Kamara's, he's got that great body. He's got good speed, but he's 5'8", 220 pounds. Just solid, almost like a bowling ball, able to hit that hole hard.
Gain of 14, 2nd and 1. Now they've got the first down, and it'll be 1st and goal after a 5-yard run by Kamara.
Well, we said it at the beginning of this drive, John. Every time Totino seems like they've lost the momentum, their offense has come out and really done a nice job. And you take away that last drive when they beat themselves with a fumble, they've really executed well, gotten good yards, been able to run the football. Kolakowski's mixed in some really nice passes too, so really nice balance for the Eagles.
Now they want to finish it off with the touchdown. Doran cuts it back inside and gains 3 yards down to the 2.
Yeah, Doran did a nice job of adjusting where he was going there. Kind of ran into a wall and cut back to the inside to the left there and able to plow forward and get a couple of yards.
Patrick Doran making it 2nd down and goal for his Eagles. So we're inside of 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Ball just inside the 2. Kolakowski will hand off, trying to leap into the end zone was Kamara. They're going to mark him short. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
Now this is where, when you get down to this, everyone's crammed in tight. This is where I think bootlegs, right, really come into handy. We haven't seen Kolakowski run the football yet. Oh, there's a flag down too. Bootlegs, reverses, counters, play action. A lot of those plays are really successful at this point of the field.
And Sportsmanlike, another dead ball foul against Champlin Park. Referee talking to Nick Keenan.
Think he agrees with it?
He's not frustrated with the call or frustrated with his player.
That's going to be an automatic first down from about the inch-yard line.
Right.
So again, we saw in Totino's first drive that they scored a touchdown. Champlin Park penalties opening things up.
They give it to Doran, and he's in for the score.
Yeah, there's another
flag comes out.
Well, Doran, that's his second touchdown, and same play that I think he scored on the first one there. Running from left to right and get behind your pulling guard, and good push by the offensive line.
Flag came out, and then the referee tossed his hat because he was out of flags. There might have been multiple penalties.
Yeah, I think the tackle was up near the head there after he crossed the goal line. That's at least what the first flag is going to be, I'm guessing.
This one personal foul, the face mask on the another unsportsmanlike conduct. So whatever Rebels are saying, this crew is not taking too kindly to it, and they've got to zip it.
Well, you can see right there is where you're going to go. There's the face mask. Ooh, that did not look good. He tried to. That was an ugly penalty right there.
Yeah, Lamberty on the face mask, and then
no, it was
someone
Powell.
else said
it was
something.
Powell on the face
excuse
mask.
me, Powell.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only bad thing for Totino-Grace, John, is there's a minute 15 left. Champlin Park with 3 timeouts, and they can throw the ball, right? So that's an eternity for a team like Champlin to come down here and score. So you got to finish this half out, get this extra point, defend the kickoff, and then you got to play defense and finish this half out. I think feeling pretty good about where you're at, and especially feeling good about how your offense has been performing.
Doran with his second touchdown run. Cardinal with the extra point, and it's 19-14. But a great drive by Totino-Grace after they had fallen behind by 12.
How about Doran coming into the game, 19 rushes for 68 yards, so really not featured very much in this, in this offense. Gabe Vosen, of course, their leading rusher, but I think Doran's really played probably the most pivotal role in their offensive rushing attack tonight. That time too, they got Kamara going. They got getting the ball up the middle too. He got some momentum, so getting nice balance too by Totino-Grace.
Long delay while we get ready for the kickoff here. I don't know if someone had called a timeout as well, or a little longer than it usually takes to break the huddle to get back out, your special teams out.
Yeah, one of the cool things too now with high school football, and I'm sure we'll get a shot of it at some point, but there's a big flat screen on the sideline for Champlin Park, and it's really great because it allows the coaches to watch actual game footage and really review in time what you're looking at, what you've been doing. That's a feature that, I know back in the day you can replay in your mind, but sometimes a coach would tell you something and you'd think, I did it the right way. But when you got film and you can actually see it, then all of a sudden sometimes that can change your perspective. And, if they're going to enforce some of there's a great look of it. I mean, what a great tool, what a great teacher. And that's how you can make adjustments quickly throughout the game. I think one of the questions and delays was, where is Totino-Grace going to kick off from with all those penalties? They'll be kicking off from the 30. I'd onside kick this and try to get it. Yep, smart.
They do, but Champlin able to recover it at the 19-yard line. Yes, those penalties that came on the touchdown, they able to kick it off from the 30, but Vang there with sure hands.
You know what I mean? Why boot that, for a touchback, or you're going to get it on the 20? Why not try to get an onside kick out of it? So smart play. Nice job by the hands team there at Champlin Park to recover that.
Coach Grant ever call you out in film study?
Oh, I had a play. I made a great one-handed interception against Apple Valley. And Apple Valley was ranked, I think, 3 or 4. We were 1. And I got excited. I jawed a little bit to the receiver. And I got a penalty, and I came off the sideline. I said, Coach, I didn't say anything. I promise. And you could see when we watched the replay the next morning, my helmet moving. I clearly had something to say so I had to run sprints, I think, for about an hour straight, write an apology to Apple Valley. But it's the great thing about film is it never lies. It's a great teacher. Yeah, interesting. They're going with the run here.
Kamara on the first down run, gained 7 yards to get back up to the line of scrimmage. Otto throws and incomplete. A little off balance on that throw, and it'll be third down.
In 43 seconds, remember in high school that the clock stops after a first down with 3 timeouts, and with a quarterback who's got a cannon for an arm, you'd like to see convert this first down and try something down the field, at least give it a shot.
Third and 3 for Champlin Park. Johnson in motion, the snap a little bit off. Otto has to hustle to get after it.
Now Totino's going to take a timeout. They got 3 timeouts remaining too, and just like that, get a last snap, plays dead right there. Totino-Grace with the timeout. They're going to get a chance to get their offense potentially on a short field, with 30 seconds left and 2 timeouts remaining.
So Champlin Park will have to punt it away here as a timeout taken by Totino-Grace. Is quite a turn of events here in the last couple minutes of play.
That's where those sportsman-like penalties really come into play, right? Now you're on a short field. If you're at midfield, Champlin Park punts it. 30-something seconds left. They got to go the length of the field. Well, now you're at the 21-yard line. Even with a good punt to the 40, you get a good return. You're on a short. You got less than half the field to go. With plenty of time and multiple timeouts left. So, discipline comes in always. And even if it doesn't end up hurting you as a coach, it's a great teacher and a great trainer to get your team's attention. You just can't do that stuff, especially when you're margin for error. Tonight Champlin might be okay with it, but against a Lakeville North or an Eden Prairie or a Blaine, someone like that, you can't afford to put your team in those kind of holes.
Cairo back to punt. Quick is the returner back deep for Totino-Grace. Good rush up the middle. It's blocked. It was blocked. It doesn't matter really whoever gets the recovery. Doran came through and gets the block for Totino-Grace. And they've got it first down and 10 deep in Champlin Park territory. That was 26 that came through with the block.
Great effort.
Dane Morrell, the sophomore, comes to get the block for Totino. And it's first down and 10 for the Eagles.
Wow. Well, Totino here, 32 seconds left, 2 timeouts, very short field, already in the red zone. Great chance here to regain the lead. And that punt, that's an interesting formation. You got the 3 big guys as your up backs, and it looked like the Totino kid just went right through him, and it's not easy to block a punt. He got one arm on it. Beautiful job.
Christian Morrell with the block. Vosen on first down and 10 from the 18-yard line, gains 7 yards down to the 11.
Yeah, here's a look at that punt. Watch, great. Look at that. Right through all 3 of them. That's where you got to be a wall. You cannot allow someone to get through there. Here's that counter.
Second down, tripped up. Vosen down to the 9. He'll be short of the first down. They'll have to call a timeout.
Interesting they didn't take a timeout after that last play. I thought with 20 seconds remaining, you get a timeout. Then you can set up a plan. Maybe take a shot at the end zone. Now with 9 seconds left, you either got to get the first down and immediately call timeout, or just take a shot at the end zone. Wow, what a game. Kind of back and forth. And, multiple times we saw Champlin Park right out of the gate. 2 plays in offensively, they score. Then they miss the extra point. Totino marches down and scores. And then you get 2 in a row by Champlin Park. Looked like they were going to pull away. And just like that, Totino with a chance here to take the lead as we go into halftime. Great block. That was a one-armed punt block, too. Having to go right through 3 really big Champlin Park players, too. That was a really athletic play. You can see he's still fired up on the sideline. Now he wants his Eagles to convert that and turn it into 6 points.
The third down, under 10 seconds to go. 3rd down and 2. Kolakowski gets it out and gets the completion for a touchdown. Spivacek with the touchdown. His second catch tonight. And the senior into the end zone, and Totino-Grace is in the lead.
Well, how about that throw? Krzysztof Kolakowski out of the shotgun, planted, and that was, he threw that all the way across the field as well. Great route, too, by Spivacek. That's just a straight out and a really accurate, hard throw. I've been impressed with both quarterbacks, but kind of expected Benedetto, and not knowing with Kolakowski, but watch him plant and drive. Just an excellent tight throw, and again, a little bit too much cushion there in the end zone. And that was a strike. Nice catch right before it goes out of bounds. That was a big time. Starting with that punt block, John, that's a big time response.
Spivacek with the touchdown. You get Totino-Grace the lead.
And I don't wonder if Totino's not talking about going for 2 here. They're up 1, 20-19. Generally you don't start playing 1 and 2 point conversion games until, later in the second half, but maybe wanting to go up 3. And again, as I watch quarterbacks, especially high school quarterbacks, so many of them throw with poor footwork. That time he did a great job, Kolakowski did, planting off that back foot, driving, dropping his left shoulder and really firing that ball on a rope, and it was very accurate. He threw 6 touchdowns coming into the game, and that one was as pretty as any of them I've seen. And they are going to go for 2.
Kolakowski from the shotgun. Rolls out right.
He had him.
Throws. And it's caught, but short of the end zone. And so the conversion fails, and it stays 20-19.
Well, in that time, Kolakowski, I think he missed Spivacek here. Watch to the top of your screen. Right there. Number 3 is wide open. He missed him. He wasn't looking that way. And then here at the end, finally found him, but he was out of the end zone. So missed opportunity there, but still excellent way to close the half here, scoring twice in the last minute or so of the first half. They get the big touchdown, they get a 3 and out, they block the punt, and able to convert on that. And these are the kind of games for Kolakowski, only a sophomore. I mean, imagine how much tougher he'll be next year as a junior with all this experience. And that's really a quarterback position, is experience, seeing different things, different coverages, going to different fields, kind of experiencing all those emotions, and then overcoming that, building confidence, right? Confidence is such a key in how a quarterback plays.
Cardinal to kick it off, and I think I'm going to go deep here.
You think?
Yeah, right. Just
trying to run the 5 seconds off.
He'll go up the middle. It's a free ball, and Vang finally covers it at the 30-yard line.
I'm telling you, John, hey, that was close to being recovered by Totino-Grace with 4 seconds left. They could have taken a shot at the end zone here. That's where you got to have a little bit more urgency. Champlin Park, those second, third level defenders, got to pick that ball up. That was very close to being recovered. That was a live ball after 10 yards.
Vang's like, I'm taking a beating back there.
Could someone else recover this? Let me see that again on this 70-inch flat screen. You think coaches would get mad if they looked over and they're watching reruns of Friends or Saved by the Bell instead of...
Coaches would be. I don't think the players are going to be watching Friends or Saved by the Bell. Otto throws on first down. Well, it looks like it'll be the last play of the half. As the half runs out, and the completion out to the 45-yard line to Johnson. And we have come to halftime. Entertaining first half of play, with Champlin Park now trailing after having a 12-point lead. Trailing Totino-Grace 20-19. That Eagles team fired up as they go to the locker room.
And it's the last thing you want to do is give them some confidence, right? Champlin Park, I think, had a chance early to really kind of stand on their necks. Instead, they let Totino-Grace hang around, and Totino-Grace done an excellent job of responding after a couple of that turnover, going down 2 scores. They finished the half the right way, and that's what you talk about, finishing the half, finishing the game the right way. Totino-Grace did that in the first half.
As I mentioned late in that first half, the seniors staying on the field. They'll be introduced here at halftime. While we wait for that, we're going to go down to the field. Allie standing by with Jeff Ferguson.
Coach, you capitalized on Rebel penalties on that first touchdown. Then those next 2 were really hard earned. What did you think of that first half performance?
Yeah, I mean, it was the penalties helped us. I won't, that is a fact. I think our offense is playing much better, and we made some plays, which is critical. Their offense is really scary. Otto is really good, obviously. We got a couple things we got to talk about, but we're happy to be ahead.
You know that they're going to keep throwing the ball in the second half. Do you want to change anything defensively in your backfield at all to kind of cater to hold them in that backfield?
Yeah, we are changing things up. We're running combinations of zone and man. We're doing some pressures and dropping 8. We are trying to mix it up, but he's a handful.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thanks.
Thanks to Coach Ferguson. We'll hear from Coach Keenan before the start of the second half. Our score here at halftime, Totino-Grace 20, Champlin Park 19. We're back with more Prep Football live on CCX after this timeout.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
So the senior football players introduced with their parents down on the field here at halftime. They go into halftime. The Rebels do, trailing by a point, 20-19 here against Totino-Grace. Champlin Park dance line out on the field performing at halftime. Let's go down to the field and get some of that. Great job by the Champlin Park dance line here at halftime tonight. Our halftime score in prep football is Totino-Grace 20, Champlin Park 19. Big timeout and more. Halftime highlights and stats. Much more coming your way on CCX after this timeout.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Mrs. and Mrs. Jimmy and Minnie.
I came from 5 generations of teachers. Losing my job was the bottom falling out of my world.
Now it's the Little Leaders, the high school cheerleaders, along with some young ladies out them learning some great cheer moves and dance moves and getting to perform here at halftime.
Well, that's a big deal. You know, that's what varsity football is all about, right? It's the whole school spirit. It's getting the whole community. You know, that's the thing. I played, someone who played for the Gophers, who was able to play professional sports, you know, overseas. You never have that feeling of playing for your high school and your city and your community, right? Where, you know, your moms and dads and brothers, sisters, teachers, you know, your neighbors, everyone in the whole town is there watching. And seeing this is just a great example. We saw all the seniors be introduced. You see the bands, the dance team, the cheerleaders, getting young people involved. You know, youth football players are here, and they think the varsity football players are the biggest deal in the world. So it's what encompasses high school sports, specifically high school football, that's so neat.
We're going to look at some of the first half highlights now from the game.
Forget the highlights, John.
Right.
Right? Let's watch these young ones.
Cheerleaders, the Little Leaders. Let's look at what's happened here in the first 24 minutes. Certainly not hurting for action in the second offensive play from scrimmage. The touchdown run by Viameser of 28 yards, putting Champlin Park in front 6-0. And a good drive coming back for Totino-Grace. Boasted on the run there. And it was Doran that capped off the touchdown drive. Patrick Doran with the first of his 2 scores tonight. Benedato's been effective tonight, throwing the ball all over the field, finding a number of receivers. He's had 5 different receivers in the first half, Ryan. Jace Miller there for the touchdown in the second quarter.
Yeah, he spreads it around, and that's a sign of a great quarterback. They're not fixated on one specific player. They're able to spread it around. That was a great decision. Rather than force it down the field, tucked it and ran, showing off why he's their leading rusher on the season. Beautiful footwork, got it down, and then second touchdown right there again for Miller.
Miller running that one in. And it was 19-7, but then Totino-Grace comes back. They get some good completions from their sophomore quarterback, Kolakowski, picking up first downs, but a large bulk of the work done on the ground. The second TD run by Patrick Doran, and then the block punt here for the Eagles sets up the next score.
And what we didn't show were a couple of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties that set up that field position, the block punt, and that leads to another great throw by Kolakowski for a big touchdown.
Spavasic on the reception for the score to put the Eagles up by a point. Here's a look at the stats at halftime. Rushing yards even. Totino-Grace trailing, though, as you would expect, Champlin Park in the passing department. Total yards, 165 for the Eagles and 225 for Champlin Park. Penalties, a big thing down at the bottom right of your screen there for the Rebels. They've got to clean that up in the second half.
Well, not only did they, assist Totino-Grace with field position there, but also on drives, multiple drives, picking up first downs with those same kind of penalties against Champlin Park's defense. So they can tighten that part of that facet of the game up. This might be a totally different ball game.
cheerleaders and the young kids have finished up on the field. We still have the marching band to go. Senior night here at Champlin Park. The Rebels trailing Totino-Grace 20-19. Take another timeout. Back with more halftime and then the second half of play. High school football live on CCX.
Local Vote 2018 focuses on the candidates that make key decisions close to home. As you decide how to vote for people who will represent you on your city council, on your school board, and in the state legislature, hear from the candidates themselves first. Whether it's a candidate statement on CCX News, local political forum, or election night coverage, you can find it all on CCX Media and ccxmedia.org.
Back at Champlin Park with the Rebels trailing Totino-Grace 20-19 at halftime. Go back to the field again. Champlin Park High School and the Jackson Middle School bands combining for tonight's halftime field performance. Champlin Park and Jackson Middle School marching bands here at halftime, and we thank them for their performance. Another timeout on the field, and we're back with more on CCX after this.
Did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. you're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
(20-19), Totino-Grace leading Champlin Park. Here at halftime, as the Eagles are back on the field, getting ready to warm up. I want to go back to something a moment ago, or something that happened in the first half. Well, we're going to go, before we get to that, we're going to go down to Allie, standing by with Nick Keenan.
Coach, obviously penalties were a really big point of emphasis in that first half. What else did you see out of your team?
Well, the block punt really hurt us at the end. You know, we were just trying to kind of run the clock out, and we fumbled. You know, I had to jump on it. They called a timeout. They blocked the punt. But, you know, we looked, it was 19-7 with 2 minutes to go, and they scored 2. You know, and we, on defense, we tried to have no scores in the last 2 minutes. That hurt us. Some of the penalties, I'm disappointed in our guys. You know, we're not like that. So we talked to them at halftime. They need to make a change, otherwise they're not going to play.
Penalties aside, what do you want to see out of this team? You guys trail by 1 at half, which I don't think many of us saw coming. What do you guys need to change?
You know, we knew they were going to be a rough and tough team. They've had close games. We just need to execute on offense. I think we scored on 3 out of our 4 drives. But defensively, you know, the penalties have really cost us. So we feel like we're beating ourselves a little bit, giving them a little light. So we just got to make sure we clean that up.
Appreciate your time, Coach.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Allie, and thanks to Coach Keenan. I want to go back to the highlight late in that first half. We didn't have a 26 on our roster. I think I had said Dane Morell on the punt block. It was actually Andrew Graff was listed as 27, wearing 26 tonight. So we give Andrew credit for that punt block. That was huge.
Hey, I'll tell you,
they helped give the Eagles the lead.
If wearing 26 is going to make you make incredible plays like that, he needs to wear 26 more often, because we might look back at this game, depending on the outcome, and say that might have been the biggest play of the game. Huge punt block leading to that score there, which gave Totino-Grace the lead right before half.
Let's look at standings coming in to play tonight into Week 8 of the regular season as we get set for the prep football playoffs.
You know, for Class 6A too, you know, there's a good look at the Metro District North, and Blaine's been unbelievable. St. Michael Albertville 4-1, and Champlin Park 3-2, and they're going to find out who they play, you know, and what the path to the state tournament is tomorrow morning. But they get a nice 9 days to prepare for that first game.
Now, the smaller classes, you know, this changed when we went to the extra class a handful of years ago. The smaller classes, 5A and down, they have to start playing already Tuesday, and then they play their next round, semifinal week from Saturday.
Well, in number one, we always talk about player safety, right? And there's a look at the 6A football rankings. Lakeville North, to me, of all the teams I've seen this year, they look a step ahead of everyone else. Just physically dominating both offense and defensive line. They got great skill players. We saw them on CCX here against Maple Grove a few weeks ago. Blaine, very good. Eden Prairie, 6-1. They're going to be a tough out, but they're not the Eden Prairie of last year and what we expect every year. They're beating Edina currently. I look at Champlin Park and I look at Wayzata on that list. Champlin Park, I would not want to see them in the playoffs just because of their ability to score on offense. And if they're healthy and they get their running backs back and Bennett Otto's throwing the ball well, they could beat anyone on any given night, especially, John, when you get indoors and weather and there's no cold and wind. And the other one on there is Wayzata at 4-3. They're ranked 8th. I think they're a scary team. They're locked in a good battle tonight with Maple Grove, but even if they end up losing that game, they're going to be a lower seed, and they're going to be a tough out, and I wouldn't be shocked to see them surprise a couple of higher ranked seeds.
Almost took out Eden Prairie earlier in the season, but
yeah, and you think about that too. I mean, think about Eden Prairie, Edina, Minnetonka, Maple Grove, Wayzata just battling each other. Even if you lose, I think that prepared all those teams, for a really good run here in the postseason. And a lot of people think that Woodbury and Eastridge out that direction aren't nearly as strong as some of those, Metro West schools. And we're going to find out here. And Champlin Park's played a tough schedule as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun here, a lot of parity, I think. A lot of times you see Eden Prairie and you think they're guaranteed to win it, and they're not this year. There's some wide open schools here, and it's going to be a lot of fun over the next couple of weeks.
So Totino-Grace will get the ball to begin this second half. They had the momentum at the end of the first half, Ryan, certainly, and we'll see if they can carry that through here into the second.
Well, in a longer halftime, right? A lot of activity with the seniors and the marching band and the cheerleaders. And so who can come out, who stayed warm, and who can win these first couple of minutes? You know, can Totino-Grace sustain a nice drive here and really put some pressure on Champlin Park?
Doran will pick it up at the 14-yard line. That ball comes out, and it's
Champlin
recovered
got it
by Champlin Park. Will Walsh, the senior defensive back, with the recovery for the Rebels.
The absolute worst thing that could happen if you're Totino-Grace. Opening kickoff. Nick Keenan talked to us before the start of the game and said what's kept us in a lot of these games, what's won games for us, is the turnover margin. Plus 25, now plus 26. Getting wrapped up, and you can see that ball just popped out. And again, you practice that. It's not a coincidence when you recover fumbles like that. You practice that every day in practice. That ball is out. You're yelling ball. Great response, great reaction by Champlin Park. Big time play to start the half.
1st and 10 for Champlin Park to start the second half of the 21-yard line of Totino-Grace. Otto back, he'll hand off on first down, and the Amizer gets the carry and not much doing. Got to the 20-yard line. He would stop for a very short gain.
They brought a little bit of outside pressure that time. It looked like some blitzes coming off the left side of the defense for Totino-Grace, able to get some penetration into the backfield and nothing doing on first down.
No, second down and still about 10 yards to go. You saw the halftime stats pretty even on the rushing and passing yards in the first half for Champlin Park. Pass intended and broke it up by Slavasic. We already saw him catch a touchdown pass in the first half. Defensively here, breaks up the pass by Otto, and it's 3rd and 10.
Well, that was just a tremendous play. He was completely sprawled out in the air, got his hand on that. That ball was really well thrown. You know, Plant's good hard throw. Look at this effort. You know, wouldn't have been a big gain, but it's just plays like that when you're laying your body on the line, all-out effort to make a play for your team. That's a big play.
3rd and 10. Otto roll out right, throws and incomplete. Quick on the coverage. Ball was thrown low. Quick broke it up, and it's 4th down and 10.
That's just how you respond after a big turnover like that. Play some excellent defense. Winning first down was a huge play. Stuffing them on the run, setting up 2nd and long, 3rd and long. And now 4th down, you know, with the way that Champlin Park says the kicking game has gone on the extra points, they're going to keep their offense on. This is where if you're Totino-Grace, got to get off the field here, hold them to nothing.
4th down and 10. They bring some pressure. Otto lofts it up to the end zone. It's a touchdown for Seeley.
Well, that's the benefit when you got 6'4" athletes on either side that you can go to. We saw it earlier going to Jace Miller, and that time going to Cato Seeley, also 6'4". They are touchdown machines. And when you're in the red zone, you need a play, you throw it up, you let your athletes go make a great play. That ball was put perfectly up high. You know, if you underthrow that, you allow a smaller defender to make a play, but you throw that up high where only your guy can go make a play. That's huge.
Garcia for the extra point. It's up and through. And so the turnover on the kickoff return is turned into points for Champlin Park. Great throw.
Yeah, he couldn't have thrown it any better. Deeswin Cooper, 5'9", on defense, and look at that. I mean, just a nice play by Seeley going up to grab a rebound is basically. And I can't tell you again how hard of a throw that is. You underthrow it, it can be defended. You overthrow it, don't allow your receiver to make the play, and it's a turnover on downs. You get nothing out of that after that turnover. But nice job by Totino getting the stop on the first 3, 4th and long. And you just throw it up, and they run that as well as anybody in the state. And they got 2 guys that can do it. Cato Seeley on one side, and you put Jace Miller on the other. And what that does is it eliminates safety help over the top. So you get one-on-one coverage on the outside, and they really take advantage of it when it happens.
So much as the first half started. The second half starts with a Champlin Park touchdown in the first minute.
Yeah, we saw a quick score to start the game, and there again in the second half. And again, every time we think Champlin Park's ready to kind of maybe run away with it, Totino-Grace has had an answer.
Best kick of the night. Doran's got to chase it down to his 7. Breaks one tackle, but he's not even going to get out to the 20-yard line. Great coverage downfield by the Rebels these last couple of kickoffs, yep. Ryan. These first 2 here and one late in the first half. And those special teams guys who are a lot of your sometimes starters, but not always, and coming out and doing their role in setting up your defense in better position.
Well, it's such a big part of the game, right? I mean, you can completely switch field position, and it can steal momentum or halt momentum by making great special teams plays.
Kolakowski wanting to throw on his first play. Spivacek the carry, breaks a tackle, tiptoeing the sideline and gets a first down. Out past the 30 of Totino-Grace, and a nice first down pass.
So Evan Spivacek, he's got really nice hands. He's a good little athlete. A nice little stutter step there, gets to the outside. Again, easy throw for your quarterback to make, and building confidence. You can tell Kolakowski's throwing with confidence. That time he threw Spivacek open. He threw that ball before he had turned, and you don't do that when you're not playing with a lot of confidence.
Gain of 13, first down and 10 out of the 30. To the ground game, and a rush of about 3 yards out to the 33.
There's some hitting going on, John.
No doubt. Carry by Stephen Golden. 3 carries for 16 yards in the first half.
Well, it's a nice power formation. They get a lot of bodies coming, but watch this hit. This is a great tackle. And you can see football is a physical sport. For anyone that doesn't believe it, every play you're getting bruised and battered, and got to be a tough one to play.
Kolakowski under some pressure, throws and incomplete, trying to get the ball right at the sticks out for Bosa, but it'll be third down.
A nice job by, I think it's big 73, Charles Lewis. You can see he got pressure on it, does a nice job too. I don't know if you saw that, but he let up at the end. He didn't take it out knowing he wanted to be disciplined, not pick up a penalty there. And that's where Kolakowski, you got that quarterback clock where you feel that pressure coming. And you can see the difference when he doesn't able to plant and set his foot. There's not quite as much, on the zip on that ball or accuracy. So pass rush, nice job there by Champlin.
Gets this one out, and it gets the completion out past the 45 to the 49-yard line. Spivacek another catch and a gain of 17 yards.
And there's the difference, right? You get your feet set, you can drive and really plant and get a good, accurate football. I'll tell you what, Kolakowski has been extremely accurate tonight. Again, throwing right between 2 defenders. And Spivacek making his case here on offense as being really valuable. I love how he finished that runoff, too, or that catch by going forward. So a big third down conversion.
He had 15 receptions on the year coming in. He's got 4 tonight. First down run, and nothing there for Golden. John Lewis in the middle of that again for Champlin Park, 73.
Yep, Hayden Carr, too, coming down the line. Nice job. Kind of nowhere to go here. Good job setting the edge, forcing the cutback. And Vincent Lamberty is there as well. Those good linebackers for Champlin Park. We haven't called their name as much tonight. And that time they got good pursuit there and really met them right at the line of scrimmage. Excellent defense.
Second down and 10. All up in the air. We get a whistle.
That's going to back them up 5.
Just the 3rd penalty on Totino tonight. Second down and 15, back at their 44.
Been a pretty good balance too, John, hasn't it? As far as, normally a very run-dominant, run-heavy team, and we've had, I think, 10 to 11 passing attempts, so a lot more balance tonight. I think it's made them harder to prepare for and defend.
Kolakowski's throw is short, incomplete intended for Kamara. I don't know that he would have gotten a lot there. Johnston Freeman was coming up on Kamara, but it's incomplete regardless, and it's 3rd and 15.
Well, and this is one of the few times tonight where Totino has put themselves in 3rd and really long. They've done a nice job of having that 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, where you could run the ball, you can throw short. Now you got the 3rd and 15, and this is where if you're a pass rusher for Champlin Park, you're going to get up the field, really try to get some pressure on the quarterback. Linebackers and D-backs, there are no passes coming, so they're anticipating. So you got to be sharp, make sure you take care of the football here if you're Totino.
Milikowski under a big rush, ball tipped and incomplete. Bolson, the intended receiver. Hayden Carr breaks it up.
That was a really athletic play by Hayden Carr. If he doesn't get a hand on this, is a little misdirection screen. You see some offensive linemen out front there. He would have had some yardage. I don't know how much there, but that little tip just threw it off just enough. So great job. Again, those defensive linemen, they can feel screens sometimes. You get up the field, great reaction by Hayden that time, and able to kind of adjust and get his hand on that, be disruptive.
Glazer's second punt tonight. Bang calling for a fair catch, dives under it at the 32.
It's a dangerous play.
Just a 24-yard punt and a first down for Champlin Park. Score on their first drive on that short field. And now back to work. They'll have a little more real estate to maneuver here to try to get points on the board again.
And that was one of those scary ones, right, where if you don't catch it clean, it's probably a fumble. So nice job just getting his hands on that, and by Vang to make that catch without fumbling, coming forward like that with everyone coming at you full speed. Not an easy thing to do.
Otto, quick throw. There's a flag down after the reception by Johnson. He's out past the 40, but this may be coming back.
I'll tell you, I thought that was a great block downfield by Nati. They're going to call him for holding. That's a tough thing to do as a receiver when you got a defensive back who's moving. I was just about to say great block downfield, but I think they're going to get Nati for holding.
No.
Oh.
Personal foul on the defense. So it was a good block. You can still say it.
Great job, Nati, down the field. Yeah. Yeah, you can see right there. Yep. There's definite. You can see a big cast on. That's number 10, Christian Morrell. You can see that cast kind of up at the head of Nati. I thought they were going to get him for holding, but instead hands to the face. So, nice play call, nice play execution. Then you add on the penalty too, so it ends up being a pretty nice game.
Get inside of Totino-Grace territory. First down run, breaking a tackle. Kamara all the way down to the 25.
That time looking like Alvin Kamara for the New Orleans Saints. Just great speed. Burst out of a cannon. Watch the feet, the footwork, and the legs here. Right there, I thought it keeps those feet moving even after that hit. Keeps going, finishing a run. That's what you want your running backs to do. Finish falling forward. Big gain.
Gain of 17.
Feel a little bit of rhythm now, right, for Champlin Park on offense. Kind of getting whatever they want.
Otto's throw is picked off.
Look at that big club, too. One-handed pretty much making the catch.
Got whistled for a penalty a couple plays ago, and this time Christian Morrell gets the pick.
Well, not easy to do. I mean, you can see the big cast on that right hand. So you're making that catch with basically one hand. I'll tell you what that is. That's preparation. That's watching film work, knowing that play is coming. He read his key. As soon as he saw that another wide receiver try to block, he sprinted up, made the pick. You got to know when those quick throws are coming, anticipate, and go make the play. He doesn't get tripped up, John. He takes that all the way for 6.
Big play by Totino-Grace's defense. Morrell coming through. First down run and a short one for Boson. He gets a yard out to the 37. Maybe on a couple of yards. Look at that.
Looks like a boulder taped onto the end of his hand there. That can't be fun to play with. You know what? Again, it comes down to just toughness, right? It can't feel good. It's not perfect, but you want to do that for your teammates, and he goes out and makes a big play.
Kulikowski swings a pass out a little too far out in front of Golden here, and it's 3rd down and 8.
That time I thought Golden kind of slowed down, right? He looked like if he kept going, that would have been a perfect pass. I thought it was a great decision. Looked downfield, nothing there. Goes to the check down. Golden kind of flattened out. If he had kept going vertically, I think he makes that catch. And maybe not a big gain, but probably picks up 4 or 5 and sets up a 3rd and short. Instead, he got 3rd and long here. You know, it's funny. I was just saying Champlin Park for the first time tonight really looked like they were in rhythm on offense. And as soon as I said that, club hand makes a great interception.
On 3rd down, Kulikowski throws, and it's a first down. And a great run after the catch by Spivacek, getting it to near midfield. He was close to being stopped, maybe inches short of the first down. Instead, drives the defender downfield another 5 yards.
5'9", 165 pounds, does his best piggyback right there. I mean, just a tough kid. Watch him just keep those legs churning there. He gets an extra 4 or 5 yards. His teammates are fired up. That's the kind of play that gets your guys excited and appreciative.
1st down and 10. Those are the football at midfield. And the handoff and gain of just a yard. Carr and Powell on the tackle of Kamara.
I'll tell you, Hayden Carr's had a heck of a football game tonight at that defensive line. Getting off blocks. He's kind of reading those pulling guards and coming down the line. Did a really nice job there making that tackle. Kamara's had a couple of nice runs up the middle at the end of the first half. It's the first time he's touched it here in the second half.
John Madden would like that. He's got the grass hanging down from his face mask and everything in the mud.
Boom!
On 2nd down and 9. Trying to get outside, but unable to do so was Golden. Run down after a gain of 1, make that Delzer on the carry. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Again, nice job by Champlin Park just stringing that play out.
Cairo on the tackle.
A lot of times when you run wide like that, you end up cutting back. That's where you get yards, or you can get to the outside, and nowhere to go on the outside, and great pursuit down the line as well. And just a blue wall there, nowhere to go. Really well played. We saw Totino run that jet sweep pretty effectively in the first half. Nice adjustment there.
3rd and 8. Kulikowski will swing it out to Boson. Makes a nice job on catching the ball, but then he's dropped by Vang, who comes up and makes a nice tackle in the open field, and that's 4th down.
That's a great open field tackle. That's a heck of a catch, too, just to begin with by Vosen. I don't think it would have made much difference, but anytime you got to go backwards like that, it takes you off of your momentum. Kind of threw him off, but still an excellent open field tackle coming up like that full speed. Not easy to do. Great tackle by Vang.
The Eagles unable to take advantage of the turnover on the interception by Morrell, and Blazers got to go back to punt.
And you always got to be aware of a fake punt, especially around midfield.
High but very short kick. Bounces out of bounds, and Champlin Park will have it at the 36-yard line. Just a 12-yard kick. And the Rebels in good field position. Clubman's back, your guy.
I'll tell you, it's funny, you know, that it can't feel good, right? When you got something going on with the hand that requires that. But I'll tell you, a lot of that pain and agitation goes away just from adrenaline when you're out there, and a lot of times you end up paying for it after the game when that adrenaline kicks away. But you just, as a teammate, you gotta love that, right? You love seeing a kid that no matter what wants to be out there. Morrell is a senior. He's not going to miss his last regular season game, so a lot of heart. You love to see it.
Rebels from their 36 is Otto. The shotgun, as he's been all night, a little hesitation, and then a step outside and a run to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 4 for CC. His 3rd carry tonight, and he's 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, nice balance of the running backs for Champlin Park. That getting defense well. Looked like there was an opening. Nice job by Hand, number 44, coming in from the free safety position there and making a really nice tackle. I thought that was going to be a good 8-9 yard gain, instead only for 4.
On 2nd and 6, pitch goes back. CC again, drives hard, and let's see where he stepped out of bounds.
Oh, there's a flag too, a late hit. Now you're starting to see the unsportsmanlike, the late hits coming from Totino's side instead of Champlin Park, and that's going to end up being, I think it would have been a good couple yards short. Instead, that's going to be a first down.
Personal foul for the late hit. Yeah, CC had stepped out of bounds shy of the first down marker. Now he kept running. He didn't know he was out right there at the 43. And then the late hit by Morrell. The whistle had blown. He was clearly out. And Morrell then flagged for the late hit.
They've run the option pretty successful tonight, but Benedetto a lot of times will keep that. Tonight he has been looking to pitch that, and Totino's kind of covered Benedetto more and left the pitch man open. You wonder at some point if they'll adjust that and force Benedetto to keep the ball.
From the 41 now of Totino-Grace after the personal foul. It's under 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Champlin Park with the only points here of the second half so far. Throw, completion, will be a first down. Down inside the 30 to the 28, Seeley will have the touchdown catch with the grab here.
Just kind of a quick slant from way out wide on the left side, and you got to give cushion because they're so good at throwing over the top. And he cuts it off, drives right down the middle of the field. Benedetto puts it right on him. And it's nice when you're a quarterback and you got that big target. You got a little bit more margin for error, but he puts it right on the money and a first down.
Gain of 14. First and 10 from the 27 of Totino. Otto looking right. Now will roll out that way. He'll keep the ball, trying to tiptoe down the sideline, but only gets a couple before he loses balance, goes out at the 23. Gain of 4.
Yeah, gain of 4, but a lot of quarterbacks, this would have been a sack. Watch this hesitation right there. And he just freezes the defender just enough where he can then turn the corner. And I think Benedetto's deceptively fast. He's a big kid. He doesn't look like he would be fast, but he's got great footwork. And once he gets ahead of steam, he's got really good speed. And I'll tell you, you'd rather take 4 or 5 yards as opposed to a loss of 2 or 3. So athletic play by Benedetto.
Second down and 6 from the 23. Throwing to left to Seeley again and just out past his arms and incomplete.
It's such a tough ask at the high school level to put these cornerbacks out on an island, and really had it on both sides. I thought he was going to go to the right to Jace Miller. Instead, goes to his left and had Cato Seeley open, who beats his man, and just a little bit overthrown. That's where Benedetto's usually pretty good about just putting it at a place where his guy can catch it.
So now third down and 6 to go. Otto fires out to his left and
nice
gets the
catch.
completion.
Wow.
It'll be first and goal for Champlin Park. Johnson on the catch.
That's a tough play to guard defensively because you got Cato Seeley running deep. Brock Johnson comes right underneath, goes to the out. Excellent throw. Again, rolling to your left, getting enough mustard on that ball. And that was a little bit high, but just excellent catch there by Brock Johnson, and another first down conversion on 3rd and long out of the passing game for Champlin Park.
Johnson 6 catches tonight. All of them have been 9 yards or longer.
And a lot of them been 3rd down too. He's been their big 3rd down back.
On first and goal from the 10, a touchdown to Seeley again.
Do they run that play amazingly well? They get within the 10, 12 yard line. They're going to run that play, and they got either side. Whatever one looks most appetizing at that time. Cato Seeley with his second one, almost identical to what he did on the first one. Throw it up. Cato, go make this play. Act like you're going to slam dunk it. It's like an alley-oop. Bam. Touchdown.
Look at it again. That's just a great throw. And again, putting it up over the defensive back to the taller wide receiver for the score.
Well, and you know what's tough too is that when you have 3-4 receivers, is they're going to go for 2, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the same type of play here.
To Miller on the other side.
What do you do?
Quick didn't think he caught it, and it's called a 2-point conversion. There'll be no review of the play. It stands.
What I love that Champlin Park does is they don't run like double tight ends and 2 running backs, because then you could bracket both sides. Here's a look at the touchdown pass. They go 4 and 5 receivers, so there's no help on the outside for these corners. So they go up top left to the ceiling, and then for the 2-point conversion, down right. That's just a heck of a catch by Jace Miller. That was not an easy one. You throw it up high, great concentration. I'll tell you, a lot of times I've ran that play quite a bit when I played. You end up looking back and you're looking right in the lights too at nighttime. So not an easy play. Excellent concentration. And John, those last 2 passes, that touchdown and that 2-point, that's why Champlin Park could beat anybody in the state. If they needed a play, I don't know how you can defend that. You either have to add 2 extra defensive backs and play a bracket, a safety cover over the top. Well, then you're just going to open up for other players. And there's Cato Seeley, 20-yard, 10-yard, almost on identical plays. And then we saw Jace Miller with a fade earlier in the first half, and that time almost an identical play for the 2-point conversion.
He's a guy we talked about in that Osseo game that we televised in September. As you look at the kickoff return, Doran getting a little bit of a seam and returns it out to the 35-yard line here. Guy was just a basketball player at the high school level previous to this year. They got him to come out for football, and they want to get more of those athletes out, and he's contributed all season, and obviously tonight.
You know, Coach Keenan and I were talking before the game, and we were just talking about multiple sport athletes, how so many kids now focus just on one sport, and basketball players can be great football players and great baseball players and hockey players and wrestlers, and I believe playing multiple sports is such a benefit, great for your muscles, and you can see if you're an athlete, you can play any sport you want to.
And a first down handoff to Volson. Gabe Volson gets 8 yards. Totino-Grace now down by 2 scores as they were in the first half. They trailed by 12, now down by 14 here.
Well, we've seen them down 2 scores before, right, in the first half, and they had a pretty nice response to that. Is Champlin Park going to be able to get another stop here and maybe really turn this game out of hand, or is Totino-Grace going to be able to respond?
There's Kamara, and he'll get a first down out to the 46-yard line and a pickup of 3. They've had already the fumble on the opening kickoff and 2 punts, so they haven't been quite as effective so far in the second half offensively, Totino-Grace.
Well, in football, really more than any other sport, I think is about adjustments, right? You think you know what the other team's going to do based on your preparation and film work, but you never know for sure. And then first half can happen, and you get really good coaches together, and you talk about what adjustments do we need to make. Is it just lining up differently? Is it bringing pressure? Is it changing our alignment? How do you do it? And I think Champlin Park so far in the second half has made great adjustments. There's some adjustments going on right now, just looking at coverage, right? Knowing Bennett Otto, where's the safety going? Am I looking one way? Should I be going the other way? What routes are going to be open? So what a benefit to have. Or do you think they're just rewatching what a great catch they just, you think they're, Jace Miller's like, no, let me see my catch again. That was amazing.
Second down and 8. Down to 2:15 to play here in the third quarter. Polakowski throws, completion to Quick, 45-yard line to the 44. Before he's dropped there by Walsh, who had the fumble recovery earlier in the half.
Good, nice 3-step drop, an easy out right there, and first down. Big time throw and catch. I think Totino's in the need here. They need to get Kolakowski maybe to air one down the field. Try to take a shot over the top of the defense. You feel like Champlin Park's kind of crowding the line of scrimmage, really daring Totino-Grace to beat them down the field. And I feel like if they're able to even just not successfully, but just take that kind of a shot, might open up more of their running game.
There's a first catch tonight for Quick, who's their leading receiver coming in, and the throw downfield, ball tipped and incomplete. Pretty well covered downfield, and the ball intended for Spavacek. It'll be second down.
I love the play call. That's what we were just talking about. at least now you know that threat is there. And I thought it was, again, really well defended, and that was almost a heck of a catch by Spivacek there. But taking that shot, maybe you soften it up a little bit, so now you run the ball or get one of those moderate throws, and you just back the defense up a little bit. It's kind of like basketball when you're not making shots from the outside. The defense can really pack it in. Now you got to kind of spread them out a little bit. It opens more and more things up.
Kolakowski looks right, throws that way. The throw is low, intended for quick and incomplete. It's third down.
Really one of the only throws tonight where, Kolakowski's been off, at least on those short to medium distance throws. He's been really accurate. That one, again, it didn't look like he quite got fully set. When he's been able to set that back foot and really plant and drive, he's been extremely accurate.
Spivacek in with the play from the sideline on a 3rd down and 10 from the Champlin Park 44.
I always wonder when other guys bring the plays in, if they ever switch it and make it for themselves, right? Like, hey, the heck with that fullback dive. Coach wants you to throw it deep to me.
And stumbling as Kamara kept his balance long enough to get the first down. How about that run? Although he's mad that he didn't get more, because he could have if he had kept his balance.
But again, I think that play worked because they've taken some shots down the field. It was 3rd and long, and defense softened up a little bit. And Kamara got tripped up there, never quite got his balance back. If he had, he probably would have gotten another 5 to 10 yards out of it.
1st and 10, Eagles at the 32 of Champlin Park. The best drive so far here in the second half. Here's Golden. He'll get a couple of yards to the 30. Tackled by Lamberty and Powell. 2nd and 8.
Well, you got to think too at this, this short of a field, that down 2 scores, time winding down here at the end of the 3rd quarter, that Totino would be in 4-down territory as well.
Final minute of the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 8 from the 30. Kolakowski roll out White. Quick throw. Kamara, 1st down. Down to the 20-yard line.
Great play call. Great play action. Bootleg. I thought that bootleg was been there all night. If it's not for Kolakowski to keep it and run, that time, excellent job. He's got a free release to Kamara in the flat, wide open. Excellent play call and a big 1st down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 20 of Champlin Park. Olsen will get the handoff. Dives forward for a few yards, 3 yards exactly, to the 17. It'll be 2nd down and 7. And that should be the final play here of the 3rd quarter.
We've had quite a bit of success, John, with that kind of power play to the right side there. We've seen 2 rushing touchdowns on that play and a couple of big gainers too. So a nice drive here, nice sustained drive by Totino-Grace. And now the challenge is, a lot of good defenses will give you yards, but can you punch it in when you get into that red zone? Things get a lot more compact, a lot tighter, a lot harder to convert and get 6.
Champlin Park puts up 15 points in the 3rd quarter, and at the end of 3, scores now, Rebels 34, Eagles 20. We're back with the 4th quarter. High school football on CCX after this.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Ready for the 4th quarter. Rebels fans are ready. Their team up by 2 scores, hoping your defense can come through with a stop.
I'll tell you, if Totino's able to punch this in, we got ourselves a great ball game here. A lot more pressure than on Champlin Park's offense. You know, it's always a great feeling when you're up 2 scores. As a coach, as a player, you just like that cushion. Anytime it's a 1-score game, you feel a little bit nervous.
Boson inside the 10, spins down to the 9-yard line. Before he stopped by Powell.
That was
First and goal.
Yeah, great kick-out block by Jack. You're going to have to help me on that one. Ebensteiner there. It looked like that was a tackle for the loss. You see 52 right on the left of our screen. Just got a great kick-out block. And a nice job by Volson there turning it upfield and getting the first down. So we got first and goal at about the 9-yard line.
And they go back to Doran, has got a couple of touchdowns tonight in the first half. He'll bring this one down 4 yards to the 5.
Well, that's how you finish a run, John. There was contact 2 yards after the line of scrimmage, but you drive your feet and you fall forward, you're going to get 4 or 5 yards every time. And maybe that's why they're going to him tonight. Doran just seems like he can get you 2 or 3 yards every time he touches the ball, if not more. And he's kind of been there effective. I wouldn't be surprised to see this power play going to the right side of the line of scrimmage.
Doran heading toward the end zone, but he is going to be short. They're going to mark him inside the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal.
I'm telling you, if Krzysztof Kolakowski would ever keep that ball and run a bootleg off of that play, there is no defender on the outside. Oh, you hate to see that. It looks like a Charles Lewis, who's had a heck of a football game tonight, laying on the ground.
See, there's 73 in the middle of your screen.
It's kind of hard to see if he gets stepped on or where the point of injury. You can see how close that is to a touchdown.
It'll be a 3rd and goal.
From about the 2-inch line. If you're a bet man, I'm betting that power to the right again. What's your call, John?
I would. It's been successful.
Yep.
Last couple of plays here. Lewis slowly being helped to his feet.
Well, my first thought was it's something, lower body, but limping. The way he got up, it almost looks a little like he was stunned a little bit. If you hope, certainly with the head, there was nothing serious there. He's had a heck of a football game tonight.
Kind of dragging that left foot a little bit. Yeah.
The other thing too, when you have an injury like that, it allows an offensive staff to kind of have a little bit more time to piece together maybe that perfect play call. I guess you're going to see number 4 going to the right side.
There's number 4, there's the right side, and there's a touchdown. Good call, Coach.
Well, they've ran that play so effectively tonight. Haven't had any huge gains out of it, but consistently been able to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards out of it. And they trust their right line. You can see they've been pulling number 65, Chris Thomas, all night long, and they seem to like it. There's 65 coming, nice kick out, and it's a quick developing play, so you limit defensive penetration into the backfield too. So good response there by Totino-Grace, and they've made this back to a 1-score game here.
Cardinal for the extra point, boots it up and through, and with 10 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the 4th quarter, it's now 34-27. Doran with his 3rd touchdown run tonight.
And really just kind of he came in on the air and, just did not have a lot of rushes, 19 of them. Hadn't scored much either. He's really kind of been their feature back once they've gotten down to the red zone. And the other thing I love there, you see him giving all the credit to the offensive line too. I love when running backs do that. Running backs, quarterbacks, receivers get a lot of the headlines, a lot of the press by people like us too, right? Talking about them scoring the touchdowns. But anytime you got a good running back, 99% of the time I'll show you a really good offensive line too. And same with those plays. And you love how Doran gave that respect to him immediately. And as great as he's played, I think he wanted to atone for that fumble that he had early to start the second half that led to a score. So good job. Now the pressure's on Totino-Grace's defense. They got to come up with another stop and give their offense a chance to tie this football game. Much easier said than done too when you're going against a Bennett Otto offense.
Cardinals kickoff, be taken by Vang at the 11. Now to the 30, and a good run back past the 35 to the 36 for Jay Vang. Still 10.5 minutes to go. Champlin Park with the football and the lead. And the one turnover on the interception by Otto in the third quarter. That's been their only turnover tonight.
I think when you're playing Champlin Park, if you can put them in passing situations, 3rd and long, 2nd and long, they're still really hard to defend, but at least it gives you a chance. When they can get 6-7 yards on first down and they're in that 2nd and short, 3rd and short, that's when they become so hard to defend because you don't know what to account for. That's why I think if Totino can win first down with a negative play, they got a chance.
Throw on first down through the hands of Kamara and incomplete. That's Terrence Kamara on the Champlin Park side on the pass from Otto.
And I think Totino's lucky that he dropped that. It wouldn't have been a big gain, but you could see he had 5-6 yards in front of him with Spavacek coming in on him too, but still would have gotten 4 or 5 yards.
2nd down and 10. Big rush. Otto gets the ball away. Completion, 40-yard line. Johnson almost slipped and finally is brought down at the 43-yard line. He's Win Cooper on the tackle.
What's really impressive on that is, number one, Brock Johnson runs really good routes. I watched him that whole way. It was a nice 5 to 6 yard out, and he catches it. And number two, the accuracy that Bennett Otto throws with. That ball is right in the hands, allows his receivers to catch it while they're in their running and in their momentum too.
On 3rd and 1, Otto's pass is knocked away at the line of scrimmage, broken up by Patrick Doran.
And this is where it's going to get interesting, right? You got 4th and short. Depending on where they're at, do you punt it or do you say, hey, let's get this first down, let's break their spirit? Great job by Totino-Grace. And guess who it was too? Patrick Doran, who's made some great plays tonight, mostly on offense. That time, knowing he wasn't going to get home for the sack, instead just gets his hands up. Not easy to bat Bennett Otto, who's 6'4", 6'5", bat his pass down. This is where you got to protect against a fake too on 4th and short.
They had a punt blocked, you remember, late in the first half, and now they'll take time out. Corey Cairo was set back to the punt. We'll see if the offense comes back onto the field here. It looks like we'll see.
This is where I like coaching youth football, where you can't fake punt. You got to declare punt, and you have to actually punt. You can't rush the punt. This is where it's so tricky because you got so many things to defend. Do you put your offense back in there? Do you punt? Do you fake it? You got to be prepared defensively for everything. And keep an eye too. Jace Miller, number 4, is in the game.
He's lined up at quarterback there. They're in offensive mode. Miller with a rushing touchdown in the first half. He'll line up under center here on 4th and less than 1.
Remember, he faked it and then kept it going the other way. You don't want to jump off sides, but you got to get a push into the backfield here.
Hand off. Pretty good push in with that second and third effort. It's a first down for the Rebels.
You know what? I love the call by Nick Keenan. If you look at the coaching handbook, it's going to say punt it. You're in short yardage. You don't want to give the other team, good field position. But that's when you say, guys, I believe in my football team. Guys up front, give me a push. Go get me a half a yard. I always think if you can't get your team a half a yard, then you don't deserve to win a football game. I love that call. Love the confidence, too, that he showed in his offense.
Liam Easer with the run gets the first down and 10 at the 47 now for Champlin Park. They'll keep that clock running, 9:20 to go. Otto back in at quarterback. 3 receivers, top of your screen to the right. Looks left, though, throws that way, completes it to Seeley. And knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line of Totino-Grace. Cooper on the tackle. Gain of 7.
And just like a run, right? It's just a short, easy pass when you got that arm strength and you got a big, strong receiver in Cato Seeley. Defense is going to give him a cushion because he's beaten him over the top twice tonight. So that's like a 5-yard gimme every single time. You could run that 10, 15 times in a row. Just a hard thing to defend. That's where outside linebackers got to get short and maybe play in front of that to try to get a play, an interception, or a play on the ball.
Second down and 3. Otto got protection. Now had nowhere to go. Runs the ball. And he'll run out of bounds at the 40-yard line to pick up a first down. Gain of 5.
And he's slippery, isn't he? I mean, a lot of quarterbacks, that would have been a sack. Nice job just getting outside, being elusive, keeps his feet in bounds, and extends that play an extra couple yards and picks up the first down.
Slippery, a good speed and good size, too. I mean, not an easy kid to bring down at 6'4".
Not that he's as thick as a guy like Roethlisberger, but kind of feels that way. Like, you can't sack him with 2 hands. You got to actually get on him and forcefully bring him down. And if he does turn the corner, he does have some very, very good speed.
Biamizar gets the call on first down, and he drives hard to the 34-yard line, and they'll pick up 7 yards.
I'm telling
Tackle
you,
by hand.
When the Rebels win first down, they become a really, really dangerous offense. Coach Ferguson right now, I think you're thinking, how can we get a turnover? How can we get a big play? They haven't been able to really get pressure on Bennett Otto, and a lot of that's because he gets rid of it so fast. But they got to jump a route here like they were able to do earlier.
Otto keeping and have an awkward twist, and they really didn't get much there. If anything, it'll be 3rd down and 2.
In there, it looks like they were running the option into the short side of the field, and just not a whole lot of place to go. Spin still goes forward, so still able to turn it into a positive, even though he was hit a couple yards into the backfield.
3rd down and 2. 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go and running here in the 4th quarter.
And Jace Miller at quarterback.
Gets the handoff. Ball is out and recovered by Totino-Grace.
And that's exactly what they needed to do. They needed to get a turnover.
Sam Quick on the fumble recovery for the Eagles. Cece, I don't think he ever quite had it. And a recovery for Totino-Grace.
Yeah, it looked like it was put in his pocket there, but sometimes as a running back, you take your head up too, looking at where that hole and where the contact is, and never quite got it tucked in the breadbasket. And again, alert job. It looked like Sam Quick had a quick recovery there and picked it up. And, did we just say they got to make a play? They got to get a turnover somehow. They got to find a way. And sure enough, they did. And that's a big-time stand, a big-time turnover there for Totino-Grace.
1st down and 10 from the 34. Running outside and run down is Vosen. Well pursued by the Rebels. No gain, maybe even a loss of half a yard.
Lewis Powell, great speed coming over it looked like there was an opening there. It looked like Totino was going to be able to get to the outside, and Lewis Powell, number 43, was a great linebacker. Just kind of seems to always be by the football, runs it down. Nice job.
Second down and 10. Eagles with the ball, trailing by a touchdown here in the fourth. Couple yard gain for Vosen there. Gets out to the 37. Foul again at a hand on that tackle. Third down coming.
And I think Totino's been most successful tonight, John, when they've been unpredictable. When they run, and now it's pass, right? They've been able to be slowed down, but when they've come out and pass on first down, and remember they ran a fullback dive when it was 3rd and 10, and when they've been able to be unpredictable is when they've had their success here tonight.
Third down and 7. Kulikowski zips a throw out to the left, and it's intercepted. Kickoff by Jay Vang.
Wow. Again, predictable, right? Knowing that it was a pass, knowing right where that first down marker was. That ball hung in the air, and it wasn't a bad throw, but Jay Vang was kind of played off tonight and coming up to make a tackle instead. Makes a great jump on the ball, and he exploded. I mean, he was a good 5 yards back. Watch him come into your screen and just explode on that ball. And that's one of those where you do not want to miss, right? If you mistime that and that ball is completed, that's a touchdown. So big time play, confident play by Jay Vang.
Beautiful, Jay. That break. That's a break.
So the Rebels offense gets it back. First down and 10 from the 41-yard line. Now the Rebels see if they can churn out a couple of first downs and put more points up on the board. Yamiza on the carry, and he'll gain 3 yards down to the 38. The clock keeps running right inside of 6 minutes to go now.
Well, 6 minutes still plenty of time if you're Totino-Grace, but to the point where you got to make another stop, right? You got to get the ball back on offense, try to make another play. And I think if you do get the ball back, you gotta take shots. Can't be conservative. You got to do what Champlin Park doesn't expect you to do, find them off guard. And if right now defensively, you got to be careful you don't give up a big play over the top.
They'll stay on the ground. A good run via Meeser near the first down marker. Back-to-back runs for the senior. It'll be third down and less than a yard to go. And another player hurt for Champlin Park, lineman Travis Long, number 67.
Yeah, good size up front for this Champlin Park offensive line. You know, what a fun offense, too, to be an offensive lineman for. You get a good mix of run blocking, so you get to, you know, feed the big horses up front, but pass blocking's fun, and screen passes, and just kind of a nice balance. Fun offense to get to block for.
Let's see what we can see on this play. 67 middle of your screen. Oh, he got rolled on by the defensive lineman.
Ugh.
With an injury timeout on the field, we'll take a break here. Fourth quarter, it's 34-27. Champlin Park leading Totino-Grace. We're back in a moment.
What if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow.
My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
Sometimes they look worse than they are.
There's a look at Travis Long as he's getting helped to the sideline.
I hate to see that. That's the scary part about being an offensive line is when you're blind like that, you can't see what's coming. You don't have a chance to kind of flex and protect your lower body, and you get rolled up on that. You see that a lot in the NFL, and you hope it looks worse than it actually is, but you just hate to see those injuries.
3rd down and 1 here for Champlin Park. Otto with the long count. And he'll hand it off. And Biameser driven back. I don't think they're going to give him much. They didn't give him the first down. It's 4th down.
Well, we've seen Nick Keenan before, much further back on 4th and short. Go for it. You got to imagine he's going to keep that offense out.
Yeah, too long for a field goal. Punt doesn't do you a ton of good.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see him run one of those quick outs that they've ran pretty successfully. At the top of your screen, you got Jace Miller and you got number 8, Cato Seeley down below. See if they don't just run a quick out and try to get the first down through the air. Or an option and have Bennett Otto keep it.
On 4th down and 1. Otto's going to go for it all toward the end zone, and a completion to Seeley down to the 5-yard line.
Instead, take that. They're going back over the top. Again, no help over the top. You throw it up. Can you imagine that kind of trust? Number 1 in your quarterback, but number 2 in your wide receiver. 4th and 1, you're going to end up going 30 yards down the field. Again, a beautiful throw. You just throw it up and let your playmaker go make the play. Does a nice job, Seeley does, of almost boxing out here. Becomes a defender, kind of gets in front of it, puts him on his back, able to ward him off. Big time conversion.
1st down and goal. Time out on the field. How about Seeley again with that catch, his 6th catch tonight. He's got a couple of touchdown grabs.
The question was, the ball came loose at the end. Was it definitely?
Oh yeah, he's down and has possession.
There's no question, but
up.
the NFL would have came up with some new rule that he didn't survive the ground.
They give it to Kamara on 1st down. He gets a couple of yards down to the 3.
And again, you can see defensive backs, it's hard to turn around, and there might have been some pass interference on that too, but
that makes that catch even better, doesn't it?
It's just
look at that.
Remarkable catch. I never understand, you watch NFL too, and defensive backs just don't get their head around to see the ball. And I suppose it's a lot, easier to talk about it than it is to actually do it. But again, you got that big body just boxing out over there. I wouldn't be surprised to see him throw another lob over the top back to number 8. Did it delay a game? Nope.
Well, that's big. That moves you back to the 8. Frustrating for a coach when you get down to 2nd and goal from the 3, and now you're 2nd and goal from the 8.
Nick Keenan told Allie at halftime that we're gonna tighten things up. Those aren't characteristics of our football team, and if guys continue to make bonehead plays, they won't play for us, and they certainly have tightened it up here in the 2nd half and played a much sharper game.
Yeah, no personal fouls here in the 2nd half, or unsportsmanlike. They are backed up. Didn't quite get Totino to jump close there. Otto looking back toward the bench. And now we got a timeout.
I think that play clock was winding down again. And you can see Nick Keenan's talking about, did they jump across the line? And I think the referee's saying they jumped, but they didn't cross that line of scrimmage. In high school football, if a guy jumps and crosses the line of scrimmage, it's offsides. Where in the NFL, they have the ability to get back before the ball snapped. But in high school, if they cross that plane, it is a penalty.
Nobody call up here, Ryan. Get second goal from the 8. Get it. Really 3 plays to get it into the end zone.
If I had my perfect play call, I'd run Cato Sealy on that fade, and I'd run Nati right behind him with a quick out, and I'd hit that out. You know, too, it's something to keep an eye on. You know, Brock Johnson, one of their leading receivers, but only has 2 touchdowns on the year. So they get down to this part of the field. Number 13 really doesn't get looked at. So he might be someone, too. Maybe you try to get, you know, instead of the usual over the top, you try to get one of those slot receivers with a quick out.
Throw over the middle, and it's a touchdown for Johnson.
Again, you got so many weapons, you got so much attention going to the outside that you could see the linebackers, as soon as the ball was snapped, jump to the outside, and a great route by Brock Johnson, a slant right up the middle. And Benedetto, you got to be smart enough to see that, and he can see it. He's looking wide right away, sees the pressure coming up, no one in the middle of the field, and hits Brock Johnson for a touchdown, his 3rd of the year. That's a great play call, great execution, great decision making too by Benedetto.
Garcia for the extra point. A bit of a high snap, but Miller got it down. Garcia got it up and in. And with 2:55 to go in the 4th quarter, it's now 41-27. Johnson with the touchdown catch. Ottawa's 4th touchdown pass of the night.
Again, that's not easy. You can see the blitz right up the middle. Alex Stevens coming right up the middle, inside linebacker. As soon as Benedetto sees that, he knows where the open part of the field is. And again, so much attention, you know, and rightfully so, to Jace Miller on one side, Cato Sealy on the other. You always have that fade over the top. Guys, our safeties are going to run that way. He sees the blitz, knows where that quick slant's going to be wide open. Excellent play call, excellent recognition, and 4 passing touchdowns. You know, for as much as they throw, it's really rare to see how few of interceptions Benedetto has too. He threw that one on the quick today that was really well defended by Totino-Grace, but he is so accurate and such a smart quarterback with the ball in his hands. Great decision making.
Now his 20th touchdown pass of the season.
To 7 interceptions, I believe. So I mean, that's a lot of NFL quarterbacks would take that type of touchdown to interception ratio.
Vogel pull the kickoff.
Except for that darn QB in Green Bay. Man, is he unreal. As a Viking fan, you hate to admit it, but you watch him work his magic again on Monday night. Yeah. He's just fascinating.
You expect they're going to come back, don't you? Every time when he gets the ball late. Doran on the return. He's had a good night tonight, returning the ball with the exception of the one fumble. He's run hard and had
3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns and a fumble recovery for Totino, but it may not be enough for the Eagles.
Batted down a ball too on a 3rd down. So yeah, he's had a complete game, and really I think Totino-Grace has come out and played a pretty solid game. I've been impressed with Krzysztof Kolakowski. My thought, you know, when you look at them on film and you look at their scores from earlier in the year, was I didn't think they'd be able to put up enough points, and ultimately they didn't. But they still put up 27. Most of the time a Totino-Grace defense, your offense scores 27, you're gonna win those games. But
Kolakowski steps up and he goes down. Sacked by Reed Nelson. Good senior on senior night. You want to make a big play. There's one sack for Nelson, a loss of 4.
Well, good coverage down the field, nowhere to go with the ball.
Quickly back up to the line of scrimmage. Completion to Vosen out past the 30, the 32-yard line. It'll be a little bit short of a 1st down, but a good 2nd down pass of 11 yards.
You know, by far the biggest game of the year for Kolakowski throwing the ball.
And a catch on 3rd down and out to the 40 and a 1st down. Spivacek with his 6th catch tonight. Gain of 8.
He's got believe Kolakowski's got 12 completions,
I have
right?
for 12 for 22 tonight.
So, I mean, by far the most attempts, by far the most completions, good yardage. He's had a really good game. Maybe this is the kind of game he needs to really turn the corner and develop into that confident go-to guy that they're going to need from him next year. You know, Patrick Doran, only a junior, he's coming back.
Incompletion on the pass to Quick, who's also a junior, underclassman.
You know, Vosen's going to come back. He's only a junior, so they're going to return, you know, quite a few playmakers. And that's why I think, again, you take your lumps this year with these guys being sophomores and juniors, and it just propels you and sets you up to have a really good next year.
Second down and 10. Kolakowski throw over the middle through the hands of Dorn and incomplete.
You know, the other thing with Totino-Grace, John, is, you know, you play tonight on Wednesday. They don't play that first playoff game till the following Friday. So you give Coach Ferguson 9 days to prepare for you, and he's going to find every weakness he can. And this is going to be another team that I certainly wouldn't want to see in the first round of the playoffs.
On third down, Kolakowski throws left, and coming back nicely to the ball is Quick, and gets the first down and then a late hit too.
I tell you, Quick did a great job of coming back to that football. I thought that was going to be underthrown, but he came flying into our screen, makes a diving catch. I think he was going to be short of the first down, but you can see that once they're down, you know, you can't lay on him, and Cairo is going to get hit with the late hit here.
There's the personal foul call. And Totino-Grace will get it now inside Champlin Park territory. I'll mark off the 15. It'll be first down and 10 Eagles at the Rebels 32-yard line with still 1:47 to go.
Well, John, we've done Maple Grove STMA last year.
I was just
so
thinking about that.
You know,
the game's not over yet.
No lead is safe yet.
First down and 10, Eagles trailing by 2 scores. Give all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Throw incomplete. Threw it short, Spivacek. Kolakowski's pass incomplete, making it second and 10.
It just looked like he kind of short-armed that one. It was coming more from the side. When he's been able to get that arm over the top, he's got a strong arm and been pretty accurate. The times he's missed, John, is when he's either been under pressure, hasn't been able to set that back foot, and that time just looked like he short-armed it. You know, that's a pretty long throw. That's across the field, plus the, 8 to 10 yards depth. That was a good 30-yard throw.
Big rush, throw over the middle, great play. Coming up, it's Kamara, and he'll get down to the 20-yard line.
Well, that was a great play call and great execution. I thought that was an all-out blitz, and it looked like they were going to get home, and then they realized they had the screen set up. I thought Kamara should have stayed behind his blockers there, had more room going straight.
Gain of 10 to the 22, first down and 10 there. Kolakowski going to the end zone to Quick and incomplete. Broken up, Cairo on the coverage. Down deep for Champlin Park, Corey Cairo.
Well thrown ball, perfectly thrown. That's a tough catch, and Cairo, that safety, coming over and laying the hit down, and a great hit, and that's what you're supposed to do as a safety, is make sure you knock those guys. A great legal hit too. It wasn't up high at the head.
Jacob Shinost also got a hand in on there, number 2, to help break that up. Second and 10.
It's kind of fun too when you watch young quarterbacks, when right now really nothing at stake. You're down 14. You're not supposed to win.
Kolakowski throws and incomplete. Trying to hit Spivacek, covered by Freeman, and the ball hit the ground with third down.
You know what I mean? You don't have a fear of making a mistake or turning it over. Just go play.
Got to a minute 21 to go. Kolakowski will throw short and missed Boson on the pass.
And again, you can see he was kind of backpedaling, throwing off that back foot. He's got completely different mechanics when he throws like that. And that was big because now you got 4th and 10. You know Champlin Park's going to bring the rush, and those D-backs and safeties and linebackers are going to be playing, trying to pick it off.
From the 22 of Champlin Park, 4th down and 10. Last chance for the Eagles. Spivacek will step up. He's going to run. He's going to get the first down. And he'll slide down at the 7-yard line and a gain of 15.
Oh, that's a great poise by the sophomore quarterback there.
Kolakowski's first run tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, he looked fast, looked decisive there, and I think that's got to be part of his game.
Throw on first down here to the end zone to Quick. They mark him down inside the 1.
4th and 10. He ducks it in. Kolakowski gets the big first down. Comes right back with a quick slant. I thought he got in the end zone there. No, you can see the knee was down. Great call.
Eagles will take a timeout here with 54.7 seconds officially on the game clock here at the field.
I'll tell you what, John, if they can punch this in right now, score, get the extra point, we've seen crazier things than an onside kick. And so this game certainly still lots of football left to be played. Yeah, I thought this was a great 4th down play. You could see right away, quarterbacks, that's one of the last things that comes to them is being able to step up in the pocket like that. You can see pressure coming from the outside. He steps up, then has the wherewithal to see there's no one in the middle of the field and able to get the first down and slide, stops the clock. I'll tell you why this play is huge, John. If Champlin's able to stop him, they're going to have to use another timeout. If Totino's able to get this in the end zone with 2 timeouts left and then they get the onside kick, anything can happen. Don't be afraid to see number 4 going on the right side here at the line of scrimmage. You can see, you're going to see big 65 Chris Thomas pulling from the left of your screen to the right.
Doran again, getting to the end zone. He's in for the touchdown. His 4th rushing touchdown of the night. .51 seconds left.
See, he scored all 4 touchdowns on this same exact play. Great push. That time Champlin did a nice job of really getting some pressure there into the backfield, but just using those legs, and Doran gets his 4th rushing touchdown of the night.
Cardinal boots through another extra point.
I'll tell you too, John, that even if Totino doesn't get the onside kick, loses this game, Coach Ferguson's got to be proud of how his guys have fought. You know, multiple times tonight it seemed like Champlin was about to run away with the game, and Totino's just kept fighting and battled their way, into a 1-score game. And it's been a fun game to call. It's fun offenses on both sides, a lot of playmakers, good athletes. I thought really good quarterback play. We knew Benedetto. We expected Benedetto to have a big game, which he has, 4 touchdown passes. But the question was Christoph Kolakowski, could he make some throws? Could Totino-Grace's offense be balanced? And tonight I think the answer is yes. And I think he's earned the respect of all of his teammates by how he's played.
It's not been a short game though, Ryan. It's almost 10 p.m. here and it's 7 o'clock kickoff. So the hands team on for the Rebels. A lot of low-digit guys, numbered guys up near and just beyond 10 yards of where the kickoff's going to come from.
And it's all about the kick. It's can you kick it hard enough into that ground so it get that high bounce. You know, that's the key. A lot of times you end up kicking it either too short or too long. It's not an easy thing to do, but the good teams, the good coaching staffs, the good kickers, they spend time every single day practicing just this. And I know as a player you always get annoyed like, oh, we're practicing the onside kick again, but you never know when it's going to come up.
Matthew Pettyjohn will do the onside kick. Gets that high bounce, tipped.
They get it, they got it.
Recovered by the Eagles, how about that? Wow, the recovery by Christian Morrell.
You got the club on it.
Club man comes through late.
Oh, that was a perfect kick. We could see it right where we're watching it, John. He got that great bounce. And it was up in the air. I mean, look at how that's teed up. And the big hop right there. Nice job getting the tip, too, by Sam Quick. And then you get that club on it. He's as sure-handed as anyone, even with only one arm.
What a great kick by Pettyjohn, though, huh?
The key was that quick tip right there. That is so hard. What a play. Man, what is it when we get together? Right. Onside kicks, miraculous scoring.
We like these late season football games the last couple of years. First down and 10, Totino-Grace down by 7. 2 timeouts remaining. Kolakowski to the air and short on his throw too quick down near the 20-yard line. It's second down and 10.
See, I don't think you need to take shots down the field like that. I'd like to see those 8 to 10-yard intermediate throws. 2 timeouts, 43 seconds. You got plenty of time to go the length of the field. And remember, that clock stops. So even if you get a first down, you can run up and spike it without losing any time. You don't need to get it all here. And again, with a young quarterback wanting to make that big throw, got to be careful of turning the ball over, too. The game doesn't need to be won here on one play. You got plenty of time. Take what they're giving you.
On second down and 10, Kolakowski diving out for the catch. It's quick. Clock continues to run, though. That was inbounds, and now Totino-Grace is going to use the timeout. And I think a wise choice. You want to leave yourself as much time as possible. And it'll be third down and about 5.
And it's a big third down, right? So you got to get the first down. But that's one of those where if that's an accurate throw, you allow your receiver to catch that and go out of bounds. Instead, wow, what a great effort by Quick, diving all out, fully extended, able to pick that up. Excellent catch.
4 catches by him all in the second half here. Third down and 5. The ball at the 38 of Champlin Park.
Well, we've seen Totino run screen, been successful in that. This might be another opportunity where you look for Kolakowski to maybe keep the ball and run it. He had success doing that the last drive, and you know Champlin Park isn't expecting that or looking for that. Otherwise, if you can, you want to run a 5-6 yard quick out, use that sideline, try to pick up the first down and get out of bounds at the same time. You know, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Jeff Ferguson run Charles Kamara right up the middle. He has a tendency to kind of surprise like that. You know Champlin's playing against the pass. You get that first down, it would stop the clock.
Third down and 5. Kolakowski throw, diving out quick again, makes the catch. Clock will stop to move the chains as he gets down to the 24-yard line and pick up a 14.
I'll tell you what, great route by Sam Quick. He's driving like he's going deep. The defender's got to play that, and he comes back to the ball better than anyone. Again, I thought this ball was going to be underthrown again, John. Look at that. It's back-to-back all-out sprawls by Sam Quick. Just making great catches here to keep his team alive. Wow, you can see those hands are underneath it too. That is a great extension, great concentration. That's how you build confidence.
You're going to put a couple more seconds on the clock. Put a 1 more second, 29 seconds now. They killed it on the first down play to kill the clock, so it's 2nd down and 10.
Keep an eye, too, on Evan Spivacek.
Kolakowski going to the end zone to Quick again. Wow, what a grab down at the 5-yard line.
He did his best Cato Seeley impersonation that time. Great throw, great concentration, just went up and made a play.
1st and goal, they spike it again.
Wow. That was an excellent throw. How about the confidence he has right now in Sam Quick? Just giving him a chance, going up to get it, well defended. Sometimes great offense just makes great defense. It looked like two on that. It might have, Lambert, he might have slipped right as that ball was coming.
Very much like Joe Raymond. Remember the last minute of play for Maple Grove, making all the catches left and right. Quick
kind of feels
doing
like
the
that
job
momentum.
here. 2nd and goal. They go to the run to Boson. Inside, gets a couple of yards. They're going to have to use their last timeout here. They got down to the 2. I like the call, though. I think Champlin Park probably expecting another pass, and they go with the run, and now it's down to the 2-yard line, 3rd and goal, and now it's got to be something to the end zone because you're out of timeouts.
You either do that or you call 2 plays, and if you're going to go for a run, you say if we don't get it, you're on the line.
Well,
I'm telling you, John.
Not much time left.
If I'm Totino-Grace, I'm telling Kolakowski I'm running a play action or a bootleg. They haven't run it all game. They're not expecting it. That's what I would look for. I know they haven't run it all year, and that's probably why it would work. What are we at, the 2-yard line? Otherwise, maybe you're going to get Patrick Doran again from that left to right power that they've been running, and they've ran it for 4 touchdowns. Maybe try to make it number 5. Keep in mind, too, if they do tie this or they score here,
they're going for 2.
I'll bet you they're going for 2.
I guarantee it.
That's a history with Coach Ferguson.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to play for a tie. He likes to go for the win.
Third and goal from the 2. How about this finish? 41-34 Champlin Park with the Eagles right on the doorstep. Kolakowski looked right, coming back to the left under a lot of pressure and incomplete. He was lucky he wasn't sacked or that wasn't picked off. He's got one more play to live. 7 seconds to go.
What a stand here by Champlin Park. Great coverage. No one's open. I think that was Hayden Carr with the pressure there in the backfield. And I'll tell you what, smart job that time by Kolakowski just getting rid of it. He gets sacked there. That's the end of the game. They don't have time to get back on the line. So you got 6.8 seconds. Ball at the 3-yard line. What is Totino-Grace going to run here?
Here we go. It all comes down to this. 4th down and goal for Totino-Grace. Kolakowski throws to the end zone, back of the end zone, knocks away from Quick. Jay Vang, who had an interception earlier, knocks it away, and Champlin Park is going to get the win.
What a play by Vang. In a great spot, couldn't have been defended any better. That ball just slightly underthrown. That's the difference, right? You got to get that ball up into the back of the end zone. Let Sam Quick try to go up and get it at its highest point.
Hayden Carr played a heck of a game.
Yep.
Look at it again, going to Quick.
Oh, that's. I don't know if he would have been in bounds anyway. He came out. I think that's a little bit too deep. I'm surprised by that play call, right? Having one receiver out there. I thought maybe Totino was going to try to run it in, catch him off guard, but what a stand by Champlin Park. What a win by Champlin Park. That's going to put them at 6-2 on the year. But I'll tell you what, if I'm Totino-Grace, I'm pretty proud of my effort and my fight. They came down and made this a heck of a game. Wow.
As long as Tom Cruise doesn't fumble the end zone here, Champlin Park will win, right? Remember that movie?
Oh, what a game, John.
The Rebels win it by a final score of 41-34. Boy, Totino-Grace a couple of times looked like they might be out late in the first half, and they're obviously in the second half, and they come and get the touchdown, the onside kick, and so close, 2 yards from getting a tie or perhaps a win here, but instead they come up a score short, and it's 41-34.
I'll tell you what, they showed no quit. You know, and when you got a young team like that, sometimes they just don't know any better, right? They don't realize the pressure and the magnitude, and I'll tell you, they get that onside kick ran to perfection. A lot of positives that the Eagles can build off of this, even though they come up with a loss. And if you're Champlin Park, got to tighten a few things up, right, as you get going, but you got the win. And sometimes having a close game like this before you go into the playoffs does wonders. It gets your kids' attention, allows your coaching staff to really make sure you got their attention. And Champlin Park with that offense is very, very scary to defend. And Totino-Grace, build off of a really great effort tonight. No quit in either team. Fun game to be a part of.
And for Champlin Park, you'd be a little bit concerned. They had a couple of offensive and defensive line injuries. See how those guys can heal up if they're able to play, a week from Friday for their first playoff game.
Well, and that's where it's nice having that 9 days, right, to not only get healthy for both sides, but also just for that preparation and kind of figure out some of the kinks and where you can get better. And just a heck of a football game, a lot of fun to call.
We'll take a break. We'll hear from the winners in a moment. Champlin Park hangs on 41-34 the final. Back with our postgame from Champlin Park after this timeout.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
You get 20.
41-34, Champlin Park over Totino-Grace. Let's go down to the field. Allie Arnold standing by with some winning Rebels.
Yeah, guys, these guys earned it. I've got Jay Vang, Cato Seeley, and Bennett Otto. We're going to start with Jay because what just happened in this fourth quarter in the last few minutes was crazy. We're going to get to your breakup pass there, or breakup reception, but take us through those last few minutes and what this defense had to do to put this away.
This defense had to put everything we worked on this whole summer. Coach just called the right play at the right time. And I was just there to break it up.
It seems like almost forever away when you got that interception down here. Totino-Grace was coming in. That was a potentially game-tying score that they were going to have. Take us through that interception, how you're able to get it.
I just knew I had to put my offense back on the field because we were rolling, and then they just started throwing that way. I've seen that pass a couple of times, so I just kind of baited him into it.
Let's go back to this breakup pass down here that just happened. You saved the game with that. I don't know if you could jump any higher. Take us through that moment.
Coach just called the play, and then he ran the out route, and I knew it was there. And I heard my defense calling the ball, and then I just put my hands up, and then thankfully it just bounced off.
This defense had to fight this entire night. Totino-Grace kept knocking at the door. How were you guys able to stay so strong?
Shout out to all the coaches because they called the plays, and they can't do everything, but we came out here, we fought. Everybody was in it together, and we just came out with the win.
Congratulations, Jay. Great job tonight. Cato, this game started with some penalties. You guys had to really battle against them through the game. How were you guys able to push through and get the W?
We just stayed with it and kept our heads up through all the penalties and just continued to drive the ball down the field.
2 touchdown receptions for you tonight. Both of them equally impressive. You had to get up at your highest point in coverage. Take us through both of those TDs.
All the coaches, they always been telling me to just high point the ball. And because I'm like probably one of the biggest on the field, so just high point the ball.
Biggest on the field, biggest on the basketball court. This is your first year coming out for football. What has this experience been like, especially that you've helped get this team to being 6th in the state?
It was probably one of the best decisions I made to come play football again. And I'm just thankful for all the coaches for pushing me to be out here.
Congrats on a great performance tonight. We'll bring in Bennett here. Bennett, you guys trailed by 1 point at halftime. What did you guys have to do to battle back and come away with this W?
You know, we had to keep a positive attitude. I mean, we were moving the ball. We just made some mistakes, you know. So we had to come out in second half, keep doing what we were doing, and we did, and we got the W. So.
Last time we covered you guys, you had 5 touchdown passes. Tonight, 4. You also had the 2-point conversion that you were able to make happen. This backfield is really good, but what is it that they do that make you look so good?
You know, I have weapons at every position, you know. If they want to take away Cato and Jace, I got Brock and Mozek and my other slots in this inside, you know. So, I mean, I got weapons everywhere, and I'm so thankful for it because I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing without them, especially my own line. You know, they did a great job tonight and made me look good, you know, so yeah.
So we already know that you can throw. Tonight you went for a 39-yard rush by yourself. Take us through that play because that was fun to watch.
You know, some people think I like to run out of bounds, but my back's been shaking up a little bit, but it felt good tonight, and I just saw a lane, and I took it, and I said, screw it, and so I just ran.
You talk about that back injury. You know, last year you were out. You come back, and you battle. You guys are 6th in the state, and that might change by tomorrow, given tonight's win. Talk about that experience going from that injury and battling back to being one of the best teams in the state.
You know, a lot of the seniors that graduated last year didn't think we were going to be this good, and I think we surprised some people. You know, we came out with a little bit of chip on our shoulder and showed people that we're the real deal and came out here and proved tonight why we are 6th in the state. So, yeah.
This is your first time in 10 years that your school has been able to get 6 wins. Incredibly impressive, but now you head into the postseason. What are your expectations as one of the best teams?
We have to act like we're the best team, you know? I mean, one of the best teams, actually, and we just got to keep that same mindset and not let our foot off the pedal, and we just got to keep it going. So, yeah.
You deserved to get some good rest. You got a long break here. Congrats tonight.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Allie, and thanks to the Rebels. And long game here tonight, and Champlin Park gets the win.
Yeah, well, now we're only 6 days away from the the first playoff game. But no, it was a lot of fun game, back and forth, and a lot of great plays, a lot of great players and athletes on the field tonight. A lot of fun to call, John.
So it's a great way to send us into the postseason. Champlin Park with a great win tonight. Awesome. Some fans that came to see Bennett after the game as well, and posing for a picture, and his Rebels team gets the win. Great effort by Totino-Grace. They come up a touchdown short tonight, but a great effort by the guys in Navy and gold. Our final score tonight, Champlin Park 41, Totino-Grace 34. For Ryan Iverson, Allie Arlt, and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for watching tonight on CCX.